let's go ahead and get started and playing some D&D. So, what the heck happened last time? If you didn't watch it, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, it is often said that the only constant in life is change. But if that is true, why is it that so many things refuse to change? Sometimes it takes one person to stand up against injustice and rally the masses around them before change can come. And the identity of that one person has been discovered. The town of Prant hadn't been shipping any iron from its mine back to Eneron for quite some time now, and to find out why the party entered the office in the back of the mine and spoke with Connor O'Shea. They managed to convince him that they agreed with his goals of giving a better life for the people of the town, but his plan was bound to get them killed or at least hurt. Connor was happy to change course since it wasn't his plan in the first place. It was a man named Val that had proposed it to him. So together they came up with an alternate plan that would resume work in the mine, but only send half of what was mined back to Eneron. The other half would be sent to a sympathetic town to the north. With a promise to return the flow of iron, the party returned to Eneron and gave their report to Reginald, the captain of the watch that originally gave them the mission. He was happy to hear that the mine would return to normal soon, and gave the party the 500 gold that was promised to them. The one thing that the party wanted to learn more about was the man named Val that was traveling between towns and convincing him to help them with his plans to create a better life for the people of Estwild. It was obvious that Val had his heart in the right place, but wasn't exactly making the best choices, so they set out to find him. Thanks to Val not being the most discreet man, and even being a little well known in the lower ring of the city, he wasn't that hard to gain some information on. The first big break was learning where his home was. He had been living among the poorest of the city in what most would describe as the slums. In his home, they found correspondence with people all across the nation, and they were able to find out where he would be in the next day from one of the letters. So, with that information gathered from the letter, the five of them traveled to Mirstone to see if they could find Val. Once they arrived, it wasn't long before they were able to find him in a local tavern having breakfast. They struck up a conversation with him and found out he had been working for a woman named Melody Rains. As Val described her, she sat on Lord Saxton's council, but was working for him and the rest of those that wanted to see change in Irwan. He also gave a coin to the party and said that Raymond should speak to his usual contact as a bard and show them this coin. Upon seeing the coin, they'd know that Melody would see them. So, with that, the assumption was you would want to travel back to Eneron. Is that correct? Because that is where we left it pretty much at that exact moment. All right. So, we will basically say you have traveled back to Eneron. There has not been any issues, and there you go. You're back in town. Where do you want to go first?
What time is it?
I would say it is probably midday. It didn't take you too long to get back from Mirstone.
So lunch.
Yep, it is. I'd say about 2 p.m. About midday.
Second lunch.
second and a half, whatever. All right. So,
Everett?
Would you want to go and visit, your contact, or was there anything else in town that you wanted to do first?
I can get that started if they want to go do something else.
Sure. All right. Okay. So, Raymond, you travel back to your normal contact. Pull that up. Your normal contact of Tervis Ironthorn. I think I said that right. And he was kind of expecting you, since last time you had actually asked for him to gather some information on Val, the person that you had just spoken to probably earlier in the day.
Okay.
All right. So he sees you come in, and he looks at you and says, "Oh, Raymond, I was expecting you. I have exactly what you were asking." And he actually hands you kind of this like leather bound it would have been a file in today's standards, but it's nice wrapped up, leather bound, a couple pieces of paper, just describing some basics about Val. Most of that, which you already knew. Had two brothers that worked in the City Watch, were killed in the line of duty. Val was effectively became disillusioned in the problem, and all the problems that was going on in Iran, and he, defected effectively from. He was also a member of the City Watch, and now he is off trying to, start up some type of revolutionary force. Is the best that he could describe it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll hand him back the file with the coin on top of it.
Okay. So when you hand him the coin, he looks at it and his eyes go wide for a little bit, and then he looks back up at you and he says, "Who have you been talking to?"
I don't really have time to talk about it. When's the soonest you think you can get us to speak with her?
Well, he kind of takes a look at the coin, picks it up, kind of handles it a little bit, just making sure it's real. And then he actually hands it back, and he says, "I will let you know, but my assumption is that you can go ahead and see her just at any moment now. So I will go ahead and send a runner, and they'll be back to here in just in under the hour. So you can see her as soon as the runner returns."
Can I make a request that we have it in like a public location?
He looks, he says, "That's uncommon of a request for her. However, I will put in the request."
And I will suggest we meet up at the bar we've been frequenting.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, with that in mind, he kind of turns, and there's someone that comes up to him. He kind of whispers into his ear, and he nods, and he takes off, kind of jogging down the road to go make the arrangements. All right. So
I'll head back to the group.
All right. So with that, you have about an hour until you will likely be meeting with Melody Rains. Now, is there anything you wanted to do in the meantime, or did you just want to wait for word back from the runner to see what could happen? If she's willing to meet you in the tavern, or if she would like to meet you somewhere else.
I'll let the runner find me. I'll just head back with the rest of the group, though.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Is there anything anyone else wanted to do in the meantime, or are we just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen?
Well, I was going to say, since we are in town, I'm going to check in, just do my cleric thing at the Temple of Talos.
Okay. All right. So as you swing by, you notice the same acolyte, effectively, that you had spoken to previously, kind of making his rounds, doing his typical thing, and he actually looks up, and he actually tells you to come over, and assuming you do, when he gets your attention, if you do go over there, he says, "Oh, it's excellent to see you. It was Mordecai. Is that correct?"
That's right.
All right. So I do have some news for you. We have heard that there are some members of your clan. Is that correct term? No offense if it's not. Tribe.
Close
clan.
enough.
Okay. There was some sightings off in the Midlands, and I just wanted to give you the word that we had heard that they are making, some people have seen them, so you're not alone. I don't really know where, but I have heard that there's at least they're out there, and they seem to be okay.
I'll thank the Storm Lord. You done me a service, my friend.
Oh, okay. Well,
thank you.
Yeah, anytime. If there's anything else that you need, just please let me know. and I'd be happy to assist in any way. And he does his typical little like, I'm gonna domina, whatever that may be. It's probably like a little wind thing. I don't know,
or whatever it is. I'll say my daily prayers to Talos, so that way I can recharge my spells and whatnot, and then head back to that tavern.
All right, perfect. Okay, so anything else that we wanted to do? Waiting on all that.
I just went to the tavern for lunch, so
Okay.
I got nothing.
All right, so give me 1 second.
Same thing. I typed it in the notes.
All right. Well, you actually want to meet her in public space. Go ahead and make her a token. Oh, this is not working for me. I don't know. It's being weird on me. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Why is it not letting me just copy paste it? Very odd. That works. Good enough. Yeah, let's get token made up. Because as you are waiting in the bar for Melody, you do hear the runner, Raymond, that you did see go and run off. He does actually arrive back probably about an hour and a half later, and he lets you know that she will meet you here, and she'll be here shortly.
Okay.
And
I'll talk to the barkeep to see if we can close the bar. If I can give him enough coin where he'll lock the bar so there's nobody other than us in here.
Okay. Yeah, it is pretty early on in the day. He's like, well, I mean, it's if there was any time that you were going to do it, now would be the time. So he accepts the, say, 10 gold that you were. We'll say that's roughly what he would have requested. Thinking that's roughly how much he would have lost. In revenue possibly.
Okay.
So he's like, yeah, 10 gold. We'll go ahead and go ahead and do that for you. So yeah, he walks over and he locks up the bar, and he says, "All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, a bit smaller." Perfect. I got a token made for her and everything. Go. Token 1. All right. Here we go. So, as you are waiting, a few more moments later, as you are sitting around, kind of waiting, there is a knock at the door, and the barkeep kind of goes and peeks his head out, and he sees an older woman, kind of waiting at the door, and he kind of looks over and he kind of nods and was like, "I'm assuming this is who you were looking to see, and you don't necessarily know, but you've never seen her before." But she does introduce herself as, "My name is Melody Rains, and I've been requested to meet these individuals. You'd be so kind to let me in." So yeah, she walks over and basically stands next to the table and kind of looks over the 5 of you and just says, "Huh, not entirely what I was expecting, but at the same time, Also, pretty much what I've heard. Okay. So, what is it that you wanted to see me about? And she actually pulls out a notebook of her own, and she kind of starts looking around, and she looks around, sees that the bar is closed, and the only person there is the barkeep, and she just kind of shrugs and says, "Oh, the changeling bard, Raymond, I'm assuming." All right. So, what did you? Was there anything that you wanted to know? Anything you were hoping to learn from me? Or maybe I could tell you something about yourself, because I've had people watching you for quite a while.
I guess I'll take off the Raymond's face and go to changeling form, but because I mean, there's no reason to hide at this point. But I mean, at this point, I think we're kind of folded into everything. I'll go over briefly like what we went through and what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and say, I guess we maybe need to be folded in at this point.
Says, okay. And she's like, so you spoke to Val this morning. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I haven't heard anything from him just of yet, but that is most concerning. I had assumed he was doing his due diligence to covering his tracks, but I suppose this is what I get when I hire a former soldier to do effectively a spy's work. So he is and can be very persuasive. So I was, I guess I fell for his bit of charm and his, how do you say it? His passion for what he believes in. However, yeah, we may need to do a little bit of cleanup. And he kind of looks around and says, I think we may have something for you. Now, and she kind of starts looking around the room, and she says, "Oh, Beans it's Bernard, right? Is that correct? Everyone tends
Sure,
to
but
call.
you can call me Beans. I don't mind.
Okay, Beans it is then." She kind of looks at you and says here, as she's flipping through her notes, that you are a unique individual. I've never quite met someone quite like you, because honestly, I've never met anyone who has a total lack in belief of a system of ownership before, but, well, here we are.
Well, I wouldn't say a lack of belief. Just sometimes people put rules around it that don't necessarily need to be held onto.
Okay, well, maybe not a lack of belief, just a very loose belief in... very loose definition, I suppose. Okay, well, yeah, I can definitely see someone of your talents would be very useful in what we need to do.
Would you like some coffee?
Perhaps later.
Okay.
And she then looks over at Therion and says, Therion, how did prison treat you? Was it comfortable?
It was swell.
I assumed. So she then kind of ponders and flips through some more of her notes, and then says, you seem to have a bit of a past and a belief in this whole Lord Saxton may be the cause of many of your problems. Well, if you are willing to assist in what I will be asking of you, hopefully you will get the chance to make things right, at least maybe in your beliefs of vengeance or whatever that it is that you are seeking.
Yes, I will do whatever it takes to stop Lord Saxton, no matter how many men, women, or children I have to kill to get there.
Okay, that's
kind of extreme.
All right. It's nice to know that again you were a man of great passion. I respect that in someone. And then she kind of looks and says, Says here you broke out of prison. That's very interesting. Well, again, we may need someone of your talents as well to accomplish what is going on here.
Very
Hopefully,
committed.
hopefully no, the whole children thing won't have to come into play though. So, right.
Well, it hasn't yet. It hasn't been a problem yet. But
Okay. Figure of speech then. We'll put it there. Okay, I understand.
bit of an exaggeration, perhaps, but
Okay.
yes, that is the end goal here.
All right. Well, she actually kind of laughs a little bit and says, yeah. Saxton is definitely a man of, not exactly the kindest or the most friendly person, but he has his good qualities, as you may one day learn. But maybe we'll discuss that at a later time.
I don't need to learn those.
No sympathy for him. Okay. All right. Maybe that just makes your job easier, I suppose, if there's none. Okay.
Well, let me ask you, smart lady, if somebody had come and thrown your family off the land and you'd watched everyone you loved died, and then you got stripped of rank, thrown in a prison, presumed to die, and then through a series of events found faith, fought your way out, perhaps then you would also see things the same way that I do. But, to each his own.
He's got a point.
Yeah, you absolutely do have a point. I will not fault you in your beliefs, however extreme they may seem, at least upon initial inspection. But again,
Gets the job done.
Again, that won't be necessary, at least for the time being.
Thank you.
All right. And then she kind of actually looks back at Mordecai, and she says, "You are very interesting to me. See, you're a bit of a puzzle. Yeah, I thought I knew just about everything about everyone, and yet you suddenly just show up out of nowhere. And that's, you are a bit of mystery, and I like that." I said,
I confess I'm a little disappointed by that, and I was kind of hoping to learn a bit more about myself.
Yeah, there may be something that I can do to help. I have eyes and ears all over this nation, so perhaps if you assist me, I will use my resources to assist you in whatever you are searching for. So,
mutual back scratching, if you will.
Yeah, precisely. And then finally, she turns over to Morgan, and she laughs a little bit and says, "You actually remind me a little bit about myself when I was still young and a bit naive. Although I never used axes to get my point across.
They help. They help. You should have tried them.
Well, perhaps. Seemed to, I guess I would say blackmail was always my weapon of choice. And she looks over at Raymond and says, "It works quite well, doesn't it?" And then she actually says, "Oh, and by the way, you might want to know that one of your colleagues from the Midlands Defense Company is actually in town. So, if my sources are correct, it's someone that you actually know quite well. I think he goes by the name of Gabriel Reese. Your character, Morgan, would know this, is he was actually the first person to agree to train you when you were interested in becoming an actual full-fledged member of the defense company. And he is apparently in town looking for you." Oh. And she just says,
Well,
"Thought I would pass the information on because, thought I'd... It's a friendly gesture to let you know that I will use the plethora of information that I have for good use at times."
if you know, I'm impressed by how much you know. Do you know why Gabriel's in town? I mean, see why he wants to see me?
Apparently, there is some issues going on in the Midlands, and he is...
Okay. When isn't there issues in the Midlands?
Well, apparently, according to him, and the person that told me this information, is that there is a problem that may need assistance. I didn't get anything else. I didn't talk to Gabriel. It's just what I've heard, and I have a note here. Perhaps I could go find him for you and get him here, but that's
He'll
probably...
find me. Gabriel knows. He'll find me when it's time.
All right, well, that's good to hear, because I have something to ask of you. And as he looks and says, well, as all of you most likely know, and I can pretty much assuredly say that you all know, Jonathan Graves has been a bit of an issue for me lately, and seemed to be a bit of an issue for possibly you as well. See, he has worked for me for several years now, and I'm actually getting rather tired of his arrogance and his naked power grabs. Now, if you could remove him from the picture, it would do myself and our little venture a great service, because he has recently gotten word of the coming uprising in the city, and he has actually fled the city to his family's home just north of the city. So, he may pose a bit of a problem, especially considering that he is the current, and hopefully to be former, ambassador to the Bardic League. So, then again, she looks back at you, Raymond, and says, in fact, I'm hoping perhaps we could find someone else to fill that role. Would you happen to know a bard that is capable?
I mean, I might know a guy.
Well, perfect. Well, if you, like I said, if the five of you are able to remove him, however you see fit. I'm not one to make plans and say, oh, we're going to storm the castle. No, that's never been my thing. I'm just a little tired of his assholishness. He started out just fine, but as time has gone by, I'm just a little sick of it. And if you got to know him, I'm sure you would be pretty sick of him too.
I do have a question. You seem to have a lot of information. Did the debt collectors actually get money from him, or did he flee because of the debt collectors too?
She laughs and says, "Oh, that was... See, that makes so much sense. I didn't put two and two together that would have been you that did that. Okay. Yeah, he did pay. He didn't flee because of the debt collectors, but that did make him quite mad. if it will. But it did give me quite the laugh when I heard that someone had taken a loan out in his name somehow, and the debt collectors were coming for him the following day. So no, his legs are quite intact, and sadly, if it would have been, I'll just say it would have been very messy for the debt collectors had they tried to attack him. So he is not a man of, let's just say he is not your trivial person to deal with. He is actually quite powerful. So, like I said, if there is anything I can do to assist you in whatever funds or perhaps gear, equipment, not much of an adventurer myself, but let me know how I can help, and I'll see what I can do.
Well,
I have
go ahead.
a quick question. Is this supposed to be on the down low, or is it out in the open?
This is definitely on the down low. So I do not want any word of this getting out. But if it does, I will clean this up as best as possible, because as Val most likely told you, and the reason he gave you the coin to see me, I am also, and she looks over at Therion, no longer interested in being ruled by Lord Saxton, and I would like to depose him as cleanly as possible. And I understand that a revolution, or I've never really had much of a fondness for that term, but I suppose that is what I am trying to do. Yeah. So whatever this revolution or whatever that I'm trying to put together is going to do, I don't want very much bloodshed. And I know if things get out too widely, he will use all his resources to come down on top of you and anyone else who is trying to stop him. Right now, the only thing he thinks is going on is that someone is trying to get at his pocketbooks. And, well, that's bad enough to him. He doesn't necessarily see that there more is to come.
Your hands are going to get bloody at some point.
Oh,
There's no way around it.
Well, I don't know about my hands, but yours certainly will.
Oh, you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. You don't have to worry about any squeamishness here. But the farther we go, the farther you're going to come with us. So better be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said something about gear.
Yeah,
my gear is crappy. I just found it on the side of the road as I was walking away from that prison you keep talking about that I broke out of. So yeah, if you got any shiny paladin gear, I would love it. So
shiny paladin gear.
Yeah.
What's our budget? What's the budget you're gonna allowing us to have?
She is actually willing to spend 1,000 gold per party member to deck you out because she understands. So she'll also inform you that what is going to be happening is she's basically asking you to storm a castle. It's a small castle, but it's a castle. And she does have some information about the layout of the castle and that there is a secret entrance into the basement. So you don't have to like scale the castle walls or somehow fit 4 people in a bag of holding while Mordecai flies over top the walls.
Oh,
that might be cool, but
that sounds fun.
I'm not saying don't do it, but
on the gates.
Just kind of fly over the courtyard and up in the bag of holding to drop my party members on people.
Roll some d6s for fall damage.
I don't know if the shield qualifies as a parachute, but I'll give it all I got.
Morgan spinning her axes for propeller blades. Oh shit!
We would be fucking terrifying. That is what I do now. But secret entrance, it has its values too, I suppose.
Yeah,
I guess.
Freaking flying cleric just dumping party members out of a bag of holding would be.
I'll show you how to break a siege.
So how much coffee can I buy for 1,000 gold?
All of it.
She looks at you and says, again, this whole ownership system that you seem to not have is very interesting to me. I'll do you one better. Whatever coffee that you are interested in, I will make sure you have access to at all times, at any times, as long as you continue to work for me. How about that? Does that sound adequate? So, okay. So Beans is in.
Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your soul.
So she's like, if you want coffee, I will find someone to get it for you, and it will be made available to you at any time, day or night.
I think we're definitely coming to a very good deal here.
Awesome. So, like she said, she does know of a secret entrance into the castle, and she basically explains that it is underneath the bridge that is normally would be leading into, there's a little bridge. There's the gates. She's like, it's a little cliche for a place for it to put a secret entrance, but there it is. Under the bridge. And as she explains, he does have I'm not going to say a sizable army, but he's definitely been recruiting people. I'll put it that way. So I don't know how many people he has in his castle. home, whatever we want to call it. We'll call it castle. It's effectively a castle. Just a small castle, like what a chateau. It's a small castle. Yeah, he's definitely got some people there. So
Small C castle.
yeah, exactly. Small C. So yeah, whatever you feel is necessary to get yourselves within there and not die would be ideal.
Would you say that there's, even if you can't give an exact number, are we talking about 1,000, 150? Like, what's the size of the force there generally? Do you know?
Honestly, it's probably much closer to the 20s to 50s in terms of how many people are actually living there right now. From what I do know of his home, is it used to be owned by his parents. His parents died several years ago, and it pretty much fell into disrepair. He only recently went back there, and he didn't actually have that many people working for him. So he has been slowly amassing people to work for him there with the information, probably very similar to the information that you received on Val and all of this going on, that something is coming, and he didn't want to be in the middle of the city while it was going on. And I also didn't want him passing information to Lord Saxton, ruining everything. So, it's a win-win for us all, I suppose. More of a win for me.
Well, if you can provide me with the information I'm looking for, I'm in.
Well, I will do my best. I have heard of some Aarakocra. I hope I say that right. I'm never quite sure on it, but that do look a bit like you, that have been spotted across the countryside. So I will put my resources to work to track them down.
Then
Do we have any other allies nearby to this small sea castle? Any other reserve forces? Anybody else that we could call on if shit gets heavy?
The only person that I would say, is willing to assist you in any way, shape, or form is actually Val. I can put out word to have him meet you there, and he would assist you in taking him out because, well, Val's a bit like you, Therion. He's very willing to get his hands dirty, but
like him already.
I thought he would be of better use, starting to, work on where it would hurt Saxton the most, which is, where his pocketbook is where he gets squeamish the most at first. So. And, well, I will simply say one thing, and one thing will become abundantly clear as we begin this venture together. Just know that no ruler, no dictator, no king, no one rules alone. So, the plan, and the very basic of a plan right now, is to slowly chip away at all of Lord Saxton's key allies before we can truly topple his fall. Because he can't do everything. So as you slowly take all of the key players out, he will have no more support left, and then we can take him out as well. And the first step is honestly going to stop Jonathan, Mr. Graves, because, as Raymond, you well know, Lord Saxton has been using the bards and the bardic colleges to his great advantage for several years. He has been not allowing any good news to come in from the other parts of the world that would make him look bad. The bards pretty much control all of the news that passes between the different nations. Many of you know, if like no information passes from one side of this continent to the other if it's not in the hands of the bards, because that's pretty much what they do. And Jonathan has been stifling information for years. So you can think of it as he has essentially been the propagandic. He's been the propaganda machine for Lord Saxton. And it's why I want him taken out first as well. Because if information gets to the people, they'll be far more willing to join our side as well. Yes, Beans, you had a question other than coffee?
Yeah, yes, my lady. Well, coffee first. But anyway, you said something about him being powerful, and you kind of alluded that he himself was powerful, not just because he has people around him. Is there?
Oh, yes, he is a quite powerful bard himself.
Okay, bard. All right.
Yeah, he is a. So if you don't know, and she looks over at Raymond, I'll explain. Bards have an interesting thing about them where they like to know as much about everything as they possibly can. They are basically the purveyors of knowledge and lore in this world, as well as rather potent spellcasters, because they have this interesting talent to learn, and some may even call steal, magical knowledge from any other class there is. And let's just say he knows some rather powerful spells. So keep that in mind.
Or understanding the basics helps for the planning side of it. And then I guess the other question would be potential things that would assist us, even if like one-time use items and things like that. And I don't know exactly how you're exchanging that from your gold offer to one-off items, and so that's more questions, like if you didn't want to be seen or you didn't want to be heard, and different little things like that. Because not something that we'd have to learn and use all the time, but just use occasionally, especially for. I've heard tale that during a break-in, when when other people were trying to go into places, that having little things with where there's silence on it or darkness on it and different things like that, all they're not permanent, but they're fun to use for a little bit. So those type things. And if you would have access to things like that.
Yeah, she nods and says, I understand what you're saying. There is a shop in town that sells several potions and magical items that may be of use. For example, like you were mentioning, they definitely sell potions of invisibility, if that is something that you would be interested in. And something else that you would be probably interested in, just knowing that there's a decent chance for a fight, is some potions of healing as well. They definitely provide those as well.
You know if there's an alchemist in town that deals with explosives?
She thinks for a moment and then says, well, he's not in town, but you would technically call him in the slums. It used to be a larger dwelling that he lived in until part of it exploded. But yes, he is willing to make several pieces of gear and things along those lines.
I'll add it to the list, but there's too many people. It sounds like there's too many people to use, say, gunpowder kegs to maybe make our entrance.
Well, it's again. I'm not going to tell you how to get in.
Now I see that as our exit. See, that's the quiet, dark in. Boom, we leave.
I'll mark.
And then
I'll
I've
mark
heard
on
tell
my.
that they don't even know what's missing after the whole room blows up. Just saying.
All right,
That's
I'll
true.
add it to the list on the way after the magic shop.
Perfect. Well, is there anything else that you would like from me? Any information that I can provide to you other than obviously the location of the home?
I do have one thing. If we're gonna be working with you often, we're gonna need to either be on a payroll or you're gonna have to find a way to budget us because adventuring isn't cheap.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just say that you will work upon commission. Is that fair? I would say that for every job that you successfully complete, we will discuss payment. But at minimum, I'll say at minimum, each and every one of these jobs, because I know for a fact each and every one of these jobs are going to be very dangerous, including this first one that you're going on. Each and every one of you will receive a payment of 2,000 gold, plus any possible bonuses. So if you survive this, you will be very wealthy. Obviously not Lord Saxton wealthy, but when you're working with the elite of the Lord Saxton, as I happen to find myself on, gold is very expendable for us. So yeah, I'm willing to pay as much as is necessary. So if you can give me any reason why you deserve more than the 2,000 for taking out Jonathan Graves, I'd be more than happy to increase your payment.
Is 2,000 a lot?
She nods. Yes, it's a lot.
Just to make sure that any items that we happen to find along the way, that doesn't count against
Yours
the
to
2,000,
keep.
right?
As a
Yeah.
bonus, can we keep his house after we clear him out?
It was abandoned until not that long ago, so it's absolutely yours for the keeping.
We could keep it as a base. It's
Hey.
like our clubhouse, our fort.
We have a lair.
Yes.
Well, you don't have a lair yet.
No explosives.
We will. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We got it.
Are we competing with any other units? Is there like Jim Hopper and his unit? Are they heading out there at the same time?
No, I'm not sending anyone else. You're the first that I've spoken to about Val being discovered, and I don't particularly like that had happened. However, I'm glad you came to me right away so that we can make this right, because I fear that if Jonathan lets word out to Saxton that of what's going on, that everything that I've been working on for the past several months will come crashing down, and well, honestly, I may not have a head much long after that as well. So he is definitely the first to be removed. And again, I do thank you for seeing me right away.
You know how well Jonathan's men are equipped?
Well, most of them are, you would count them as simply the run-of-the-mill city guards. But I have heard that he had recruited a few barbarians, actually, from the Northlands to operate his jail, I suppose. I don't really know who he's jailing, but he does have a small one. And he also has recruited at least a couple, veterans, if you will, to train his guards, because he is clearly looking to create a much better fighting force than what he currently has. So he does have several. And then obviously himself is probably the most dangerous of them all.
So a fairly skilled force, if not a sizable one.
That's correct.
I do like fighting a jailer.
Well, there's a very good chance you'll have a chance to do so. Two of them, in fact.
Fantastic. That's what I love.
All right.
Any other
else?
castle defenses we need to know about? Like, does he have like a friggin' ogre or a giant like harpoon gun on the top, or just some insane rich guy thing that we need to know about?
Well, she flips through her notes again and she says, well, no ogres, no giant. Well, it does say it is. This does apparently have some ballistas in the front. However,
Yeah.
I would say if you make your way quickly to the secret entrance, you'll have the bridge as a nice cover where the ballistas won't be able to get to you, and you'll be able to just go into the secret entrance from there. So, shouldn't be too big of a deal if you. I mean, I suppose you could do a full frontal siege the castle attack, but there's only
Wouldn't
5.
be the first time going full frontal on a castle. We're ready to go.
Just, I'm not certain that would be very successful, but it is your prerogative and your choice to do whatever you see fit. I leave the fighting up to you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Well, yeah. Any other information that I could share to make this venture successful? Because I do not want you to fail, because if it hasn't been clear, I very much want Jonathan Graves dead. He has outworn his welcome.
A question on his, as he went and set up this place, you said it was empty, so that means he's brought in people in theory from around him, the people he works with, the chefs, cooks, people, things like that.
I'm certain there are a few, random people that are, the day-to-day operations, but for the most part, he left in a hurry, and it wasn't that long ago, so he may not have gotten everything up and running just yet. From what I understand, it's still very early on, and this is probably our best chance to take him out where he is most likely his most vulnerable.
Right. My ask was more along that lines in the fact that it was brand new, which means it wasn't, and you said that it was abandoned, so that means
Yes.
it's not well stocked.
That's
so that
correct.
means he should be in the process of restocking and pulling all this stuff in, things like that going
Yes,
on right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's in the process of getting his family home into castle standards. Right now, it's very much chateau. Small C.
Not that I don't want him making sure to outfit our chateau well, but I'm just trying to see what's going back and forth through there at the moment. Because, another thing that I heard sometimes that, you're trying to plan a big ball and you're trying to get a bunch of people because you want to show off how tough you are in your new little place. And just a little bit of interesting stuff in the stew, and a lot of the people don't want to fight. I just saying.
I see what you're saying. I don't think he is having a large ball right now, though. So he seems to be more interested in gearing up for some type of defense for likely revolution. Again, feels like a messy word. It's not really what I'm trying to do, but it fits. Okay. Anything else that you would like to know from me before I go and return back to my home so that I don't bring any attention to me being gone?
Are we going to be reimbursed for all this equipment you promised us, or are you going to give us the money ahead of time?
She actually pulls out a slip of paper and just signs her name on it and quickly does like a little like stamp, but you can see that it's actually magically sealed because you can very quickly tell that she is also most likely a bard or sorcerer or some type of magic user herself, and slips you a piece of paper and says, just hand the merchant this and we will take care of it.
Okay.
That was cool.
I think we're good. Can I make one little request? Maybe not in the budget.
Yeah, anything. I'll see what I can do to accommodate. Because, like
Can
I
we get
said,
3
I
war
want him
horses?
dead.
Yeah, can we get 3 war horses?
Absolutely. Again, just show this to the merchant selling the war horses, and I will make the accommodations. I can see how that would be useful.
Yeah, especially when they stomp somebody's head in.
Well, it's graphic, but I suppose it's necessary. And please, when you do finish and come back and let me know. If you do feel the need to remove his head, you don't need to show me. It's not necessary, I promise.
You sure you don't want proof or something like that?
You know, the only thing that I will need in proof is you can return his family crest that he wears around his neck. So that's plenty. You don't need to remove what is above the family crest and bring it back. I'm not one of those barbaric people that needs that.
So we can keep it, is what you're saying.
All yours.
Okay.
Whatever you'd like to do with it.
We'll put it at the front gate of our new clubhouse.
Make a sock puppet out of it for all I care.
Fabulous.
Now that's graphic. I think we're good, right?
Well, you tell me. Again, I'm not the planner.
I think so.
One last thing. Is Tervis folded in on this, or do I need to be concerned going to him?
He is aware modicumly. So, let's just say, I'll put it this way. If you take Jonathan out of this, he'll definitely be in on it. We just need to be in control of the flow of information in and out of the city, right? And right now, with him still alive, we are not.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Now I'm laughing at what Mutt said. Elmo says you're gonna die. All right. So, shopping spree, right? All right, perfect. Yeah, all you got to do is just let me know what you would like to purchase, and almost certainly the answer is going to be you can purchase it. If you anything from basically the basics of healing potions. Oh, and one little house rule that I've always ran, by the way. This is just, I know I'm a bit of a I would say I make some battles a little bit more epic than they need to be. So healing potions can be used as a bonus action. So you can still use your action while consuming a healing potion. So feel free to stock up on as many of those as you want. This is like a Diablo 2 style of just like chugging potions left and right. If you need to. All right. So that, like I said, that's the one thing that I've always done as a house rule is bonus action for healing potions, because it sucks using your entire action to take a healing potion. It just feels bad, man. All right. Yeah, so if you just let me know what you would like to purchase, we can go ahead and get your character updated.
Where do we go to find like money costs? Because she said she'd cover up to 1,000 gold for each of us.
Yeah, I think you can find that in the player's handbook. I'll double check. I think the only armor, I believe the only armor that you will not be able to purchase for under 1,000 is full plate. If I remember correctly, that is 1,500 gold. So I think like half plate and things like that, any kind of upgrade you'll be able to do. For example, I know healing potions off the top of my head are 50 gold pieces. Potions of invisibility, I'll have to double check. I think those are probably 100, maybe 200. So yeah. Let me take a look here.
I mean, I'm okay at making myself pretty invisible anyway. I was just thinking about other people that maybe don't sneak as much. But ultimately, I'm thinking along the lines of things that I've seen in other places, like an item that when you take it out of box, there's silence. You put it back in the box, there's no silence. There's the little pellets that, when thrown, make things bright like daylight for a little bit. Little things along those lines are what I'm thinking of for an adventure like this.
Yeah,
and that's why I was asking kind of where.
Yeah, there's definitely a few magic shops in the city that may have a few things like that. You just let me know what they are. We can look what their normal costs are. As long, like for example, half plate. Like for example, Therian or even possibly Mordecai. Half plate is 750 gold pieces. That is a 15 armor class, as well as dex modifier up to 2. So if you have a +2 to your dex, that would bring you up to 17. And then Therian with a shield, that would bring you up to an AC of 19. So yeah, all that good stuff. So yeah, half plate is 750. So yeah, if you can also look in just D&D Beyond. If you know exactly what you're looking for, you just type it in. It'll tell you what the cost is.
I'll just say I was a bit unprepared for this, so it's going to take me a second here to look.
Yeah. This is my first shopping spree in D&D ever because I'm still a noob. So I'm like, there's just so many things.
Now, are we talking like magical stuff too, or just basic mundane?
So it is. You're probably going to trouble. You're going to have a lot of trouble finding anyone that sells any kind of magical weapons or armor. But you will find an alchemist that has things like there is a potion of visibility. The potion of visibility it's not listed in the price, but I'll just say I'm going to mark the price as 500 gold pieces because they are very rare. So yeah, about 500 gold pieces. So you can get, each one of you, whatever you wanted to get. You can split up the cost however you wanted. But yeah, potion of visibility I'd say is 500 plus. You can tell me as otherwise. You can also do, but yeah, any kind of type of armor +1, probably won't be able to come across. That would most likely be far outside your budget as well anyways. Usually that's in the over 1,000.
Okay.
What about common magical weapons?
Yeah, let me
one of them is on my list.
Let me take a look.
Also, availability of magical tattoos.
So no availability of magical tattoos, but as long as there is, I'm trying to see what you could possibly find, and I'll just say you could find up to 2 magic weapons, and they would be 1,000 gold apiece, spread across the city. So they're going to be very rare. It's not that they're actually very, very rare. It's just no one is really selling them typically.
So no moon touch sword that's laying around. That's cheap.
Nope, no moon touch swords. The best you could probably find is a weapon +1. So for example, if you wanted a rapier +1, I would say that is fine. Yeah, for example, it doesn't even list a cost of what it is, so I'm just going to say it would be 1,000 gold pieces for each one. So if that's what you wanted, you could do that, or if you wanted other items, would be fine.
I think I might be able to roll with splint as a heavy, because that's 17 AC and half plate is 15 plus dex modifier. My dex modifier is 1. So I think it's actually better if I go splint, and it's also 200 gold pieces instead of 750.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if I remember
check with the money man. Raymond, is that a good deal?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that since the way you were paid as well is effectively you were given almost like a blank check by from Melody. You will be able to go over your budget, but anything that you go over and you do succeed, she'll probably take that out of whatever she would normally pay you, because she will have to reimburse the merchants for whatever you pay. All right. All right.
I think all I'm going to do is stock up on potions, because there's really nothing else that I can add to my kit. I know you mentioned like half plate, but as an Aarakocra, I can't wear armor heavier than light, otherwise I can't fly.
Okay, makes sense. All right.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat. The armor I was looking at is quite a bit more expensive. That's why I was looking at the tattoos, because they're cheaper. But and then the Moontouch sword was the only thing I was really looking at.
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I'm a noob. So 6, I was also looking at that splint armor. It says armor class 17. Do I have to have an armor class of 17, or will that boost me up to 17?
That'll put you up to 17.
Okay.
Yeah. It just means that if it's heavy armor, it's just going to say your armor class is 17. So no dex modifiers involved.
Because I already have heavy armor with my chainmail, so it's like a slight increase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any increase is going to help at this point. I mean, you can think about it this way: like every one AC higher is 5% less of a chance of being hit.
Where is the cost listed? I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it here.
Yeah, so I've just been honestly, I'm struggling to.
I pulled up a separate site that has like the cost. I think it's the other part of Roll20.
Yeah, I've just been searching up at the top, honestly, like over the search. I've just been searching for individual things. But yeah, like if I go into items, see if I would be the easiest way to find this. Yeah, there we go. Equipment. Oh yeah, here we go. If you go into D&D Beyond, if you go into game rules, there's an equipment section that you go into. You can actually filter by cost. Yeah, and you can actually do like maximum 1,000, and then you can scroll through and see if there's anything you want. Like a battle axe is 10 gold pieces. A bedroll is 1 gold piece. Things like that. If you need an abacus, it is 2 gold pieces. All right.
And I'm assuming, because we're talking about like common items, so it's not magical items, so it's not like battle axe +1 and that kind of jazz. It's just.
Well, like I said, if you wanted to get a battle axe +1 or like whatever weapon that you're basically going for, you would be able to track one. There's the ruling is that there is 2 that can be found in the city, 2 magical weapons, and they are 1,000 gold apiece.
Okay.
I think I'll just stick with the one I have then.
Yeah. Because I think I almost would stack up in like health pots and maybe an invisibility potion or something.
Yeah, and invisibility potions are going to cost you 500 gold pieces. Okay.
I'm
What
sorry,
about a health
what
potion?
was going to cost 500?
Invisibility potion. Potion of invisibility. Those are pricey. Because they're technically like quite magical of an item. They're actually in the very rare category. So.
And how much did you decide officially that the healing potions were worth?
Healing potions are 50 a piece.
50. Oh, I said 500.
Yeah, healing potions are 50. And you can get as many of those as you want. They'll brew them all day long. They're useful. It's like herbalism, and wow, you just make a lot of money through it. Healing potions, man. Everybody wants them. They're great. Imagine in a magical world, that's probably what you drink after a long night of partying. Get yourself a healing potion. You're ready for the day.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy 1,000 gold worth of healing potions.
1,000 gold. What would that be?
20.
That's a lot.
That's 20
Yeah, I was gonna
potions.
say 20.
20? Okay. A lot to kick. I would like 5 healing potions. A brace of hand crossbow bolts +1.
Okay.
And these are the ones that one shot, they're done. So they're not retrievable or anything. So base. Well, hey, that's the way they describe the cheapest ones. The cheapest ones are you get one shot.
Yep.
Hit or not hit, you don't get to use them as +1. Like go retrieve and use them again.
Right. Yeah, you can do the +1 like arrows or bolts effectively.
Bolts.
And then there's and then obviously if you had the +1 crossbow, that would be every single
That
time
would
you
be
shoot
everything.
from it. It's +1, but yeah.
Just was going to look because I'm trying to max money. And then I did a lot of looking around. I don't know if maybe we need to go to a jewelry shop, but the best thing that I can come up with that potentially would be inside of a cost range, if somebody will cast into it, would be ring a spell storing with 1 spell of silence in it.
Okay. So a ring of spell storing, that one would you actually would be, if you asked around for it, you would know that no one currently has one available for sale. But yeah.
Does the magic shop sell any scrolls by any chance?
Yes, they do have some scrolls, so you could, and I believe if you were to do like scroll of magic missile or something like that or whatever, I think that you should have the price.
Yeah, they have them. They have them up on prices. Okay. There's my shopping list.
Right. Okay. One scroll of fireball. Good.
Should be 150 if that website's correct. Assuming that's the actual price.
Yeah, let's say, yeah, you were able to find one. It is an uncommon item, so yep. And so for the fireball, just so you know, if you do let's see. Just so you know, here I'll put the rules for using the spell scroll of fireball, since technically you're not high enough level. That's what you'll have to do. Shouldn't be too terrible for fireball. I believe that's going to be DC of 10 plus, so 13. So you'll have to do a charisma check of 13 to successfully use it. And then if you successfully cast it, the save DC, so if it's going to be fireball, it'll be a dex save of 15 for the scroll. All right. Yeah, and go ahead and update whatever your characters. For example, Morgan, your AC is now 17. Is that correct?
Well, once I get in there, yes.
Okay. Token. Therian, with the splint, what are you going to be up to?
I think I'm 19.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 17.
I don't think there's really anything else I can do that's gear wise at the moment, unless I'm doing something fancy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
think that's about it.
I mean, there's a lot more gear out there. It's just usually you gotta loot it.
Yeah.
People aren't
Yeah,
selling it.
Yeah, so I think with the cost savings on the splint, I'll spend the rest on healing potions. So pretty sure I'll need them.
Yeah.
Is it just a regular potion of healing? I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
potion of healing, 50 gold pieces. I think that is 2d4 plus 2 healing, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, and like I said, that's a bonus action to quaff a healing potion. Because yeah, I'm an asshole of a DM, and I just throw monsters at you all day long. and that's how I make up for it. All right. All right, let's see. So, Mordecai, you're good with everything. You're still AC 15, right? Okay. Raymond, still AC 13. No change there, right? Okay. Beans, any update to your AC? Still 13?
Looking at, it's not flipping up the price for +1 leather.
+1 leather. +1 leather would not be available right now. Wouldn't be able to find that in town. The best they had is 2 +1 weapons, and that would be 1,000 gold apiece.
I was looking for +1 leather too.
Yeah, usually magic items don't typically have a cost to them, just because most people aren't selling them. They keep them for themselves.
That even to enchant +1 leather, I remember reading that it's like obnoxiously difficult.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's an obnoxious, horrible thing, unless you're an artificer. And no one's an artificer here. So. If I remember correctly, artificers also get one more attunement slot as well. All right. So, are y'all ready to rumble?
Yes.
Right. Awesome.
I'll at least go and look.
At least go and look. All right. I like that. Now,
Mordecai's going in throwing lightning bolts and shit.
Well, that's an option as well. But is there a particular place you want us to write down other than just our character sheet?
nah, just character sheet is good for now. I trust that you will keep track of all that. And this.
Hey, wait! Before we leave, weren't we getting more horses, dude?
Yeah, you got some more horses. Yeah, horses.
I still have
You got a
Mocha.
pony.
Mocha. I still have my pony.
War pony.
Well, I'm not going to put her in war, but yes.
I figured Therion needed a horse as angry as he is.
Reminds me of that TikTok thing. It's like, you're like a man. I want to go war. All right. So let me know when you are all ready, and we will be on our way. So
Now, do we want to go under the cover of darkness, or do we want to go in the morning?
I think we want to arrive when it's dark.
you want to arrive when it's dark. Okay. Give me a second. Give me like 2 seconds.
3 a.m. 2 a.m.
What, Libby?
I don't mind wandering around in the daytime, kind of. Like, just kind of... nobody's really going to care about me just kind of wandering around the area unless it's all cut back. Like, just trying to get a general idea of what we're looking at. We have a direction, correct?
Yeah.
We have a direction, particularly. So, I mean, a halfling on a pony, nobody gonna give nothing. They just gonna, like, just go look, glance, but before night, just to see what it looks like in the daytime, and then I would come back.
I was going to say, might I suggest we head in that direction and surveil the area first instead of just...
That's my thoughts.
Okay. All right. So if you're going to surveil the area, where did that go? That's silly. Da, 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 da.
Remind me where this family home was? Like, how far away?
Oh, it was only about an hour's ride north. It's not too far outside of town.
Okay.
Right. So, okay. So, we're just going to say it is at nighttime. And, let me go ahead. Move it. Yeah. And we'll go ahead and flip it over here so everyone can see it. What?
This is going to make a great clubhouse.
All right, there you go. There is where you are at. You see the bridge that, Melody mentioned, and there is a small little, like, I don't know, bridge hut next to it. If you cursory little inspection, there doesn't seem to be anyone inside. It is just an empty hut, and there you go. You. Let's see. You can see from your vantage point that there are some people atop the walls, kind of, on patrol. They're not really. They probably notice you if you were here during the day, but unless you start like making your way across the bridge, they're not going to pay that much attention to you. It's not that far out of town. People probably come up and down the road occasionally. But yeah, there are people up on the walls. So there does seem to be some activity. As you can see up there, there are them tokens. There's 4 of them.
Now, where did Melody say the secret entrance was? Under the bridge?
Under the bridge, yeah.
So we can't see because the cutoff, but does the water stream, whatever, like encircle the entire thing? Or is it just going across the front?
So if you were to go underneath the bridge, no, there's plenty of space underneath, and you'd be able to pass right through, according to what said. But yeah, but you would probably, like, if, for example, if you were to go underneath the bridge on this side of the water, you would have to wade across because the secret entrance is on the other side.
Right. I understand that from this view, but what I'm saying is, does the actual, is it a moat? Does this circle the entire? Because of the way that the map is, I can't see if
it does circle the
around.
entire the entire area, but yeah, it does meander off. Yeah, it does eventually. It's a moat. It's not like a actual river.
Oh, okay.
So the water doesn't flow; it's just kind of stagnant and
yeah,
nasty.
It's pretty stagnant. Yeah, it's a little gross. There might be some mosquitoes and. Upon cursory inspection, though, you don't see any crocodiles or alligators in there, though. So, the myth is apparently not real.
What about sharks? Are there sharks in there?
Not not what you can tell, but, you never know. There might be a Sharknado just waiting. You never know. All right.
So if we were, whatever that is, about 100 feet to the right or left, then there are trees that would give us cover almost all the way to the edge of the water.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, if you see, there's like the one tree kind of over there on the right-hand side, and way over the right-hand side. You could kind of use that as a method of kind of trying to be stealthy about it, for sure.
Like line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
I like where Beans is going.
The men up there on the parapets, are they like carrying torches so they can see and stuff?
Well, if this is at night, the boring looking dudes would be carrying a torch, but if you zoom in on them, the archer looking people, for the stream, you can see them, they would not be carrying a torch. It would appear that upon your best guess, they probably have dark vision. Okay.
So there's a good chance that they can see us standing here.
Oh, they probably see you. They just don't necessarily care. I mean, there's only 5 of you. They don't necessarily see you as a threat. And at the same time, if you were to say that you, for example, if you came by during the day and took a look around just to get a cursory view, you would have seen that, okay, there seems to be about 4 people up there. And we could just go ahead and pretend that you're not necessarily standing there. You know, you can be standing wherever the heck you want. I just threw your tokens there for good measure.
Okay, so we could already be hiding in the trees over here.
Exactly. And like I said, I just copied your tokens onto the map. I didn't say that you must be standing here on the road. I'm not that mean of a DM. Or am I?
Well, I
No,
think
I'm
we
not.
should take Beans' lead with this one because he's the sneaky one.
So plan time, I guess.
Yeah, let's back up by the trees and talk about it. So in theory, if we did what I wanted to do, I was here during the before dusk, at least, I don't know, further up the street a little bit, just to see if there was traffic, people bringing food back and forth, just anything that were people going in and out.
Yeah, you didn't notice anything, any kind of traffic or anything at the time, at least today. Maybe all shipments have already arrived or whatever. Nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary. It just seemed to be pretty basic, boring. But there were those 4 people that you did notice, and you assumed that is probably who you were looking for. And then since you were kind of like checking it out, and maybe you were just trying to be as inconspicuous as possible, go ahead and give me a perception check as well. See if you notice anything else as you were getting the look, getting a look around. Yeah, so there you go. So yeah, as you rode by, you did notice there are like, I would say there's, what do they call those? The little murder holes or whatever in the castle slits as well. You did notice that there were some guards within the towers as well. So it's not just the 4 of them on top. There is most likely at least, a couple more of those archers that likely would, if you, again, did the full frontal assault, they would probably, rain down a crap ton of arrows on you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you did notice the ballistas as well that Melody mentioned. They are there.
What are our chances of being spotted if we just like waded into the river or waited while we were in the river?
Well, I mean, you'd have to make a stealth check, and we'll see. That's what your chances are.
I am not stealthy.
Yeah, I say we back away from that one.
I mean, I can, in theory, go to the tree area, scooch to the other side, and kind of get under the bridge just to see what's there first, and then come back and let you know what I did or didn't see.
Okay.
That's probably a good first pass once it gets appropriately darkness.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and is there anything that anyone can do to cause a distraction either one way or another to kind of give us...
I was actually going to suggest I can take to the air and distract them that way. It's going to be harder for them to shoot me while I'm in the sky. But if I get hit, I might die.
Based on the rules of the game, is it?
I don't know if I want to take that chance with you because you're very valuable, and I've seen you kill a man by crushing them in your beak. So I don't know if we want to.
I don't think I was there for that.
Maybe it was a fever dream. I don't know. Maybe you blacked out from rage. That's why I like you. So I don't know. Maybe there's something else we can do.
No, there was some coup de grace on some kobolds, that's for sure. All right. Well,
I mean, I could try putting him to sleep on there, but I don't necessarily want to waste that spell right now.
Well, let's see what you see, Beans.
Yeah, I'd like to start there because even what are we looking at? Is this see if you have actual sizes?
No, I'm not making suggestions. I find that funny though.
You mean shenanigans? Oh! You're talking about shenanigans, right?
What?
That was great.
All right, I got inspiration. I have inspiration.
You do.
Sweet. Thanks, Mud.
And you're
all right.
Let's do some shenanigans as
That's the theory. So I am going to basically I've got to switch back to actually controlling it. So that area is my goal. And how do you want me to move the character in such a way that you can see what's...
Sure. So let's just say, go ahead and well, let's first say, are you showing up at nighttime is the first thing.
It's dark.
Okay, perfect. So cover of dark. All right. So as you show up, go ahead and give me an initial stealth check. Okay. So go ahead and do what you would like to do with that. So you believe you are being quite stealthy, and no one is going to notice you.
In the water. So just the little top of my little bean's head. Well, nose above water, but work to move to that area. And in theory, unless this edge somehow is straight up and down, I have been able to get into the shallows there.
Okay. So far, you don't notice anyone has noticed you. So let's see. You move. So 20 feet. So as you move, you can move a little bit further, and then I'll have you make another stealth check as you are moving through the water.
Do you like movement per?
Yeah. So let's see. You can go about. I think if you want to like follow the rules, I think technically you'll have to make a stealth check every 25 feet of movement, since that is your movement. So, yeah.
Okay.
And are you and saying that you are basically, you are a halfling, quite small stature, pretty much like only this much of you is probably showing. I'll go ahead and give you advantage on stealth as well, because that's not exactly easy to see.
Okay, let me go up here and do. Where's my button? Why am I not seeing that? Well, I have inspiration for one. Why can I not see the other? Hit me. Where on Beyond do I?
Oh, to do like advantage. So on D&D Beyond, if you hold down the Shift button, you'll see the plus. So for example, if I were to hold down Shift,
Got it. Thanks. I haven't used it nearly as much as I've used Roll20.
Yeah, 19. All right, perfect. All right, so yeah, no one has noticed you as of yet. All right, give me one more stealth check, and then you'll be able to make it to the secret entrance after that happens.
Why aren't you shifting correctly this time? There it is.
Oh, yeah. You disappear. Your party even goes, where the hell did he go?
Underneath.
Yeah. So you are now underneath. It doesn't take you very long, based on Melody's description. You're able to find that there is a secret passage kind of like tucked in underneath the bridge that leads down deep into the darkness. It is kind of wet and a little messy, but you can tell that it will lead down into what is likely the basement of the castle. Most likely one of those, oh no, in case they're like, someone needs to escape or whatever kind of secret passages.
And obviously it's not going to be lit up or anything else, so that's probably good to know that it just exists.
Yeah, definitely exists. You can make your way down in there, or you can wait for your party. Up to you.
So from this side, I'm already underneath and looking from this side. I'm looking to see if I can, and I'll grab this so I can mark. I'm looking for best that I can tell.
Yeah, from your vantage point, most likely the easiest place for your party to probably recreate what you just did is actually going to be, there seems to be a very small window kind of in that little hut that actually looks like you could open it up and crawl through, and there is barely any space between that and going underneath the bridge. So you think that if you made a quick jump out that window and kind of like rolled quickly underneath the bridge, that the odds of the guards noticing you would be very, very, very small.
I can't wait to see Therian and Morgan attempt some acrobatics.
Mm-hmm. Please tuck your axes away prior.
I do have an idea, but I'm going to have to wait until Beans comes back to share it.
All right. I mean, obviously I wanted to see how travel under the bridge would work, so I can give them that feedback as well. And
yeah, you can definitely travel underneath the bridge. The moat is actually rather shallow. Your guess is that the moat was there primarily to stop siege equipment, not necessarily foot soldiers. Because, dragging a catapult across a moat kind of sucks, but just walking across it isn't the hardest. So even someone of your stature, you'd be able to walk through, and it is stagnant water, so there's no risk of you being swept away or something. It's just really gross water.
okay,
Nice film of pond scum over the top.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
pretty much. So I'm going to go ahead and try to come back under the bridge to potentially use, because either I'm running away very quickly or I'm stealthily getting to the side of the shack here.
Okay.
So the stealth move would be from point A to point B, the shadow of the.
Okay. Yeah. And with it being quite dark, go ahead and give me one more stealth check as you kind of emerge from underneath the bridge. Again, you'd have an advantage there because said you'd barely be visible as you kind of, yeah. You suddenly appear before your party and you're like, where the hell did you guys come from? How'd you suddenly get here? Did you teleport? What the heck? Didn't know you were a magic user.
So,
okay.
Restraining myself to be calm and talk slowly, I inform them what I have found and what I expect as far as what I can see underneath. The entrance really does exist, goes back underneath the bridge. Potentially this one quick shadow from the shadow of the corner of the building to the shadow of the bridge. That's the path of least notice, and then under and in. That would be the
So,
part.
are there any light sources around us? Like, do they have any torches illuminating this side of the bridge or anything like that?
This side of the bridge, no. The only light source that they have is what the two guardsmen are carrying. No one else seems to be carrying anything.
So here's what I'm proposing. I can create a fog bank. I can create it above the moat itself. It will give us some cover while we sneak underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very powerful. You're like a
Hell
wizard.
yeah.
Thumping good one too. All right.
Thoughts?
Before it.
Sure.
Let's rip.
Yeah, I'm gonna tuck anything that can rattle or something in my bag of holding. So most likely, I'm gonna drop like pots and pans everywhere.
Or 20 healing potions. Bring bandolier of healing potions.
Okay, I'm going to lean around the corner. I can cast it anywhere within 120 feet of myself.
Okay.
I gesture right here where I'm pinging.
Yep.
And I cast Fog Cloud.
All right. Fog cloud. So yeah, create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog, center in a point. Perfect. So 20-foot radius sphere. So let's see. So 20 foot starting there. That would be like about that big-ish. So it's actually even bigger. So it's pretty much covers everything. So yeah, there you go. That. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it was actually more about right there is where it would be covered. So yeah. So there's a dense fog there that is pretty much covered it. No one seems to be noticing. They're like, they may have noticed that, oh, that's a little weird, but, you know.
Go.
Probably not going to last as long because it is concentration. You can stop concentrating on it at any time, so. All right.
Guess I'll pick the ice and go for it.
Do you require any rolls or just go?
With the fog cloud, no. I'm gonna go ahead and say that no one notices you go through. No one is being overly cautious right now. You probably notice that everything is just fine. All right. Now, you travel successfully through the secret entrance. Yes, assuming. No, I'm not going to say that's what you do. All right.
Yeah, we go through the secret entrance.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So as you emerge from the secret entrance, I am going to need you to roll initiative. Because you are going to emerge. And you can put yourself in any kind of like marching order, and you can move yourself back a bit. And let me go ahead and flip you over. You're going to be over here. And there you go. So, right now, only thing that you notice. Oh, in here. Hide this. I'll hide everything. I'm going to hide it. Oh, now you can't see nothing. It's scary, right? There you go. That's what you actually see.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, Morgan. My roll didn't show up either, and now my D&D Beyond is not responding.
Question.
Oh, so yeah, give me a second. I haven't brought up the initiative tracker. There you go. All right.
So I would have questions.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was here, realistically, at the beginning, right? You can see on the map, like I would have been at that entryway when I went under the bridge.
Uh-huh.
And there was actual light 25 feet away.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I have noticed that.
Yeah, it wasn't 25 feet away. It actually it took you several minutes to go through. You may as you were approaching, you would have noticed that there is some light source at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, from the very, very entrance, you would not have noticed the light source because it kind of snakes around and things along those lines.
Sure. I would have thought, though, that before we went into the actual room lit up.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'll go ahead and say that you would, if you did notice the light source as you were making your way through, you're making your way downtown, walking fast, faces past. You definitely would have noticed that there is a light source, and I will give you an opportunity to roll a perception check to see if you would have noticed this guy before he noticed you. And you can also make a stealth check if you want to do any kind of crazy stuff before.
Sure. I mean, well, the thought process would have been, I'm obviously not running down a hallway into the darkness. I'm going to move carefully and stealthily, but I don't know how stealthily. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's see.
Sorry, I need to reload my browser. Bear with me.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Fairly stealthily.
Let's see. Yeah, quite stealthy. So much so that the person at the end of the hall would not have noticed you, based on his passive perception.
What? So I can't move other people's icons, but would we? Is there no space back here to the left, or is it just black behind where my token is at the moment?
Oh yeah, you can actually move back. It is the map doesn't show it, but
right. In theory, there's stuff back here. Okay.
Yeah, you could go further back in the tunnel, and you can approach however you'd like. But yeah, you will need to eventually roll initiative.
So agreed. So I wanted.
There's a chance that maybe you can just I don't know, put this guy to sleep or something. You never know what you guys do.
Right. So did you got my stealth, which means I was.
Oh yeah,
do you need my perception as well, or?
No. Let's just say if you kind of made your way up here, you would have seen this guy sitting at a table, just kind of scribbling away at the desk, and just very cursory, kind of kind of inspection. You can see that this guy is well armed. He has a two-handed sword, kind of leaning against the table that he is ready to arm himself with. And he appears to be wearing actually full plate mail.
Barbarian-ish.
Oh, this guy, you would, if you were to make a guess, you would call him a knight.
Okay. So with said information, except for Therion, who is standing next to him, I'm going to tell everybody else that
you can.
Yeah, wait a minute. Why the fuck am I next to this? What happened?
You left yourself there when everybody moved back. I don't know why you stayed there.
He had to reload his browser.
Reload one browser, and all of a sudden I'm staring at this guy. Wait, fine, I'll fuck him up myself. That's cool. Let's do this. Go.
In theory, you're behind. You're back there with Morgan. In theory, and I'm coming back to you as a group to let you know that this is what's at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, just one dude, but one rather well-armed dude.
Sure. That perception check, which is a ton, is to see if he's roughly the same size as Therion. If we could just give him Therion, give Therion his armor and have him masquerade as him.
Yes, yeah, he is. You can tell that, humanoid in shape, and your best guess would be human. Maybe a human variant. I don't know. Maybe.
I have delivered said information.
Mm-hmm.
The people that like to deal with opening up cans can decide exactly what they want to do next.
Yeah, so let's there you go. So based on the turn order, since like Beans, you could do whatever you would like, since we haven't technically entered any combat yet. But if you would like, technically it would be Raymond that would act first based on the initiative roll. It's up to you what you would like to do first.
Actually, you don't have an initiative roll for me because I was busy thinking about sneak move at the moment. Let me give you one of those. Let's see. Touch my character. Good. And roll.
Yeah. The old one.
Yeah, that's probably my fault because I got a whole bunch in there because I'm a dumb shit. So
Yeah, we'll say that looks good so far. Now we're just missing Beans. Let me know what your was. Go ahead and get you added.
Try to get it for you.
Perfect. Okay.
I'll hold my turn until the Therian gets in there and engages.
Okay.
I need to turn off those percentages.
There we go. Let's go ahead and move you up there. All right. So yeah, first up, it is going to be Raymond. You can do whatever you'd like. And if you're going to hold your turn for Therian to engage, go for it.
all right, so the situation is that we're coming out of this. Does this guy see us?
He does not currently see you. He does not know that you were there.
I gave all this information.
He seemed to be kind of like, looking over paperwork. So he probably is, and honestly, looking at his passive perception, I'm going to tell you, he's not super perceptive. Put it that way.
Can't it just open that door by itself?
That's a cat. See, that's a cat right there.
Limmy's got skills.
See, she's right there. She's just
Man,
like,
that freaked the shit out of me.
door. Yeah.
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna rush up on this dude and show him what's what.
Yeah, and just so you know, you will have advantage on the guy on your first attack because he's sitting down and he's not noticing you.
Oh, I'm just going for a clean cleave right off the shoulders. So I guess I'll move up. I'm gonna get right up.
That's true,
here.
but I can't keep her out. She can open the door.
Can I do that? Okay, I got that. All right. Well,
all right.
See, god damn it, this freaking thing. This browser is all fucked up. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're doing this. Let her rip.
You mean shenanigans?
Come on.
You're talking about shenanigans, right?
Oh, thanks, bud. Appreciate that. So yeah, you're definitely gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage. If you haven't already, yeah. No, that's 25 to hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Let's see.
That looks like a natural 20.
No, it is because he rolled a 19 because it's +6. You can see that.
Oh, I can do math.
So you are wielding this one-handed, I'm assuming. So you did.
Yes.
-9 damage. Nice chunk. Go ahead and go ahead and roll damage for me one more time. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you almost like auto crit rules because you completely caught him off guards.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and say he's going to take a sizable chunk of damage. Yeah, so he's going to take another 10 damage. But he is still awake. And he is, on his turn, he will stand up and be very upset with you.
All right.
All right, so that is going to be... So Raymond, we're going to kind of bring it back to you since you kind of held your turn. Do you want to do anything?
I'll go in and I'll use my rapier.
Perfect. So he hasn't actually stood up yet. So again, you will have advantage on him if you would like to roll with advantage. He will be standing up on his turn. Roll again. Oh, that's just damage.
Oh,
You
well
just
then
roll.
why is it doing that?
I don't know. I was like 10, and then I see it's 1d8 plus 2. I'm like, oh, okay, that's just damage. All right. So, all right, you roll up and you go and try and attack this guy, and yeah, no, he takes 0 damage because it just kind of glances off of his plate armor. All right.
Okay.
So there we go. All right, on his turn, he stands up, he grabs his sword, and he turns, and he looks at Therion, and he is going to take a swing at you. With his first attack, it's going to be an 18. Does that hit?
Oh my god, I got that new armor.
So yeah, he takes a massive swing at you, and it just, you can almost feel like
I just do one of these, like, yeah!
Exactly. You so much that you disappear from your camera. So yeah, the greatsword smashes into your shield as you can almost feel like the vibrations in your arm. But he is going to swing again, and once again he is going to miss. But yeah, you can tell that this guy, when he does hit, he, like for example,
It's gonna be a problem.
I was gonna say, if both of those were a hit, you'd be on the floor right now. So, but they weren't, because you actually bought some gear. So yay! Melody from off in the distance, she claps. She's like, yay! But that is his turn.
Thanks, mysterious lady.
Beans, it is your turn, because your buddy Therion did not take a dirt nap already, even though this guy had the opportunity to almost do so. All right.
If I was unmuted, you would hear what I said, and it would probably be better.
You'd be like, no, it was so good, whatever you said, but we totally missed it. Never heard me heard
well,
again.
I was so stealthy that you didn't hear it. That's
Yeah, that's what happened. It's just like Berserker over there when he went so stealthy, he just disappeared from the camera.
Yep. So went to the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Have my crossbow bolt out. Gonna go ahead and send one at our good friend here, who I guess is now standing and looking at Therion.
Yep.
I appreciate the fact that he is engaged, as I decide to shoot him in the back area.
Oh yeah. Go for it. What? I shouldn't check the spell attacks, Mordecai. It's not your turn.
I was just clicking stuff.
Yeah,
Ignore
I
it.
see. All right. Oh. All right, what did you actually roll here? Your math is being very weird again.
14. Oh, I see it as a 14 clean.
All right, so you rolled a 14, and then do you know what your bonuses to hit are?
My bonus is a +5.
Okay, so that's going to be a 19. That is a hit. So yeah, go ahead and roll damage for me. All right, so does that include, let's see, I got sneak attack damage in there. Sneak attack critical damage, so total damage. Let me see the math here. So you rolled a 4 for the piercing damage, so it's going to be 4 plus 3. That makes sense. And then with your sneak attack, a 10. 10 yeah, okay, 10 total. Just like it's like total critical damage. I'm like, weird. But anyway, no, that totally makes sense. 10 damage. It's going to be minus 10. He's looking a little owie, but he's still kicking. Yeah, as you can see, that health bar is pretty accurate for his health. All right, Mordecai, it is your turn, unless Beans, you had any bonus actions you wanted to do.
I do not. I am sliding another bolt into the crossbow.
Perfect. All right, Mordecai, you are up. And look at that, you guys like put yourself in almost perfect order of operations. I feel like you did that on purpose. You're messing with me.
I'm going to step into the room. I will level my hand at him and cast Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. What's that? What am I doing? Save and throw?
Yeah, deck saving throw.
Oh, dex saving throw. Let's see. Saving throw. Could be straight for dex. That is his saving throw. He rolled a 12. It's like that was a fail. So he took 8 radiant
8 points of damage.
Minus 8. Looking a little shaky. All right. Any bonus actions, anything like that you would like to do? Or is it going to be Morgan's turn?
Morgan's turn.
Morgan's turn. And Therian, you are on deck. I'm assuming you're just going to swing when it's your turn, but give you the heads up. Hey, you guys are still leveled.
Quick question.
Yeah. Question away.
If I move like over to the dude over here,
Yeah,
does that count like as an action?
What? So like how many?
Is that gonna count as an action? Just moving in there?
No, you can still attack from there.
Okay, I didn't think so. I just want to, again, noob. Just want to make sure.
Yeah. You can absolutely reach him. You can totally overwhelm this guy and just be like, murdered Nate.
Oh yes. So I'm gonna just hit him with my battle axe.
You are. All right.
With a 19.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Do you know if I do the 1d8 plus 2 or the 1d10 plus 2?
1d8. It's going to be the 1d8.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the 1d10 is if you're wielding it with 2 hands. Because that is a versatile weapon. All right, so slashing one hand. That is... Hey, look, it worked in your favor. You did 7 damage. All right. -7. Okay, and is there anything else you would like to do at this point? You still have your bonus action if you would like to do an offhand attack as well.
I would like to do an offhand attack.
All right, do an offhand attack then. Do it. Offhand attack.
I'm going to do it. I'm just not sure how to do the second roll part for it being offhand.
Oh, same thing. Just go ahead and roll it. That is a hit. All right.
23, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage again. And let's see.
Do I do like a... Because it doesn't show as being offhand.
Yeah, so I'm just going to subtract whatever your bonuses are. So it's just going to be the straight dice roll. So for this one, you rolled a 7. So it's just going to be 7 damage.
Fair. Okay.
Oh, so he is still alive.
What?
Somehow.
Someone breathe on him. Just breathe on him. It's
all
fine.
right.
Just breathe on him.
Ish.
Therian, before your turn, based on all of the commotion and everything that has been going on, you do hear someone coming from the north. One section, and I will add them into the initiative, but I'm going to slot them in at the end of the round, basically. There. And we're just going to say that they got a 5. Okay. So at that point, this particular person busts into the room, looks around, and kind of doesn't know what to do other than scream and yell and rage. And he looks at Beans and he turns and he swings in a very reckless
Why
fashion.
would he look at me? I got my back to the wall and I'm little. Why would he even see me when there's 5 guys surrounding this guy beating the shit out of me?
I take your point and I will say, he probably didn't even notice you because he is technically a bit of a barbarian kind of guy. So he is going to run in and he will do that. He is going to swing with advantage, but you will have advantage on him for all attacks. And he's going to take 1 swing at Raymond. So that is going to be 17 to hit, and he is going to do 15 slashing damage. So he is just friggin' he rolled a 12 on his great axe there. So, yeah, he just got real lucky. That was max damage for him. But that's it. He does not have multi-attack, so don't worry. It's not the knight. The knight has the multi-attack. So yeah, he busts in, and now Therian, it is your turn.
All right. Well, to keep this party going, we got to get this first dude out of the way. So let's see if we can put him down.
That was a good call, Beans, on your. Oh no, he didn't see me because that would took you out.
There's a reason that I stand in corners or in dark spaces.
Yeah, that's minus.
Or under tables.
Yeah.
Raymond, you're down to 2. Therian, yeah, you rolled a 24. Look at that.
We're good.
That is a hit.
All right, let's hit that damage. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are rolling very well. This guy's actually got pretty dang good AC. He's rocking an 18. All right. Oh yeah. He is. You take him out. You literally would have just sneezed on him, and he would have been like COVID, and he would have died.
That was what I laced the blade with. So as I like deflected that blow with my shield, I came up with the other hand, and I whiffed COVID on him with my blade, and
+3 disease damage.
Yeah, he is taken out. So yeah, now all you see is that here, wild man wielding a large battle axe that just damn near took out Raymond. Still alive, but damn near took him out. Right. So yeah, Therian, that was your attack. Would you like to move at all? And you also have a bonus action if you have one.
I don't yet, which is such a bummer because I have such a good one coming that would be so useful right now. But no, so I'm gonna, I guess, just take dude's spot here.
Oh yeah, and as that guy busts through the door, you can see further down the hallway. Let me go. Reveal the area.
And I'm hoping one of the other axe slingers around here might jump up on that other space and we can paint him in. And Beans can do his business from behind. Teach this guy a lesson.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, Therian, that was your turn. Raymond, you are up.
Well, I can't move without getting smacked.
Drink a potion, dude.
That's after I attack, but all right, I will make a rapier attack on him, and then I will chug down that potion.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make an attack. Just on curse.
It's advantage, correct?
Yeah, you do have advantage on him because he swung recklessly.
Mm-hmm.
He is a very reckless barbarian. Good to get rage.
Yeah, apparently I'm hurt enough that I can't actually hit him. So.
Yeah, no, he is definitely not nearly as armored as that knight was, but yeah, that is a miss. You stick him into the side, but it just kind of like messes, like just kind of sticks into his hide armor that he is wearing, and he takes no damage. All right. Did you chug a potion?
I do. I'm trying to get to actually figure out how to use it and roll D&D Beyond.
You can just roll. I think if you just type 2d4 plus 2, then we'll just go with that.
It's 44 plus 4.
Is that one a 44 or is it 2d2? I don't remember.
Unless I picked up the wrong ones.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, the basic healing potions are 2d4
2d4 plus 2.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be. Yeah, I think what you were doing was a greater healing potion.
All right,
The
we're good.
basic one's 2.
I'll take 8. I'll be up to 10.
All right. Sounds good. Browser's being weird too. Okay.
I wonder if Roll20 is having issues.
I wouldn't be surprised. All right. Oh no, no. It was a problem exists between chair and keyboard. I didn't have the correct option selected. It was a me thing. All right. So, Beans, you are up. There is a dude kind of swinging an axe at your friend. And yeah.
I'm going to oppose that action by point blank crossbow bolt to the back of the neck with advantage.
That's the move. Beans shooting dudes in the neck. This is D&D.
I love it.
I love it.
What happened? Everything froze?
It showed in D&D Beyond, but not Roll20.
So 19
19 to
is
hit
what we're...
is total?
Yeah, 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely hit. I can actually close that character sheet. I only need this one up right now. So, yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Now it showed. Okay, I know what I did. I missed. I need to go back here and alter this back to that. And then
Okay, yeah,
that
so
off.
if you roll 19, that hit. And then go ahead and roll damage for me.
Yep, and this will have sneak attack damage in it because he is all in there.
And you have advantage on him.
Yep.
Even if you were all alone. All alone. You still get sneak attack. Because he's a reckless jerk.
Ooh, nice.
That looks to be total of 14. Yeah, nice chunk, but this guy's a beefy boy.
Oh, I know.
All right. Anything else that you would like to do? Any like cunning action or something like that you wanted to do? I think that was the thing that you got at second level. Where you can use like your bonus act. Like I think you could probably use like disengage as a bonus action or something like that.
Well, I mean, I can hide or dash or disengage, so I could get. I think, yeah. So I'll do that and go here.
All right, perfect. Kind of crouch underneath the table out of the way. Good.
Well, low behind the chair, not noticeable if another person should rush through that doorway.
Sure. Good. All right. Mordecai, you're up.
Do I still have advantage?
Oh yeah. You're gonna have advantage until the beginning of his turn.
All right. I level my hand at him, draw a sigil, and cast a guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. Ooh. Guiding bolt. 23 to hit. Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage for it. So
That was the worst roll in history rolls. Holy shit.
Not the worst, but the second worst. That is. There's a 2 in there. Yes, but that was a 1, a 2, a 1, and a 1. So, yeah, that was almost as bad as it could possibly be.
But it looked really good.
It was very flashy and fancy.
Now he's very shiny, and the next person to attack him gets to attack with advantage.
Even more advantage.
Even more advantage. I don't know how that works. I was really just doing it because it's 46 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And 5.
I love hearing Allie laugh from the other room.
That's why I'm on push to talk.
I'm dying.
All right, Morgan, it is your turn. Unless there's a bonus action you wanted to do there, Mordecai. I'm assuming that's it.
Nope, I'm good.
All right. So there's a man. He's very big and beefy. He's swinging axes. Well, one axe, not axes. Just one big axe. So his axe is bigger, but you got more axes than him. So,
Oh, I sure do. And I'm going to swing that bad boy.
Swing him. All right. Go ahead and swing again just to see if you crit, but that is going to hit.
Swing again as in like the hit?
Yeah.
Or the actual damage?
Yeah, you have advantage on him. Like super duper
advantage. Yep.
Yeah, this is just to see if you crit. No, exact same.
I'm just going to roll exactly the same.
Yeah, exact same roll. Exact same roll. All right, go ahead and roll damage. That is a hit. Well, Okay. I swear that it is funny that you still managed to. You're rolling better as if with the rolling single handedly. I think it's funny. That's 7 damage. You want to do offhand attack as well?
Yes, I do.
All right, offhand away. And there you go. Go ahead and roll one more time to see if you crit, because you do have advantage still. Nope. All right, still hit though. Those are both hits. This guy's AC is it's the same as Beans. I'll put it that way.
I am.
That's
Very nice.
minus 10 damage. Oh wait, no.
It's offhand, so -8.
He gets +2. +2 to that. +2. Back up a little bit. Okay. There we go. That's Morgan's turn. It is now Mr. Not that berserker, but this berserker's turn. All right. He's actually really upset at you, Morgan. It feels like he's being a little upclassed with the whole axes. He doesn't like that. Doesn't like it one way. So he's you know what? And he's not the smartest man in the world. He really isn't. So he's going to go ahead and roll with advantage. 14. Does that hit?
Nope.
No, it does not. Well, let's see. Well, his friend, 2, 3, 4, 5. He probably says something along the lines of, "Do you want to tell Blackhand that the stamper stop stamping?" And he is a reckless asshole as well, and he is going to swing at you. 19. Does that hit?
That does hit.
All right,
yes.
You're going to take 12 damage. And he's going to step over.
Sure I am. All right.
Right. And 12. All right. There you go. That is their turn. They are not doing anything else. They're just a bunch of reckless, crazy people. So there you go. Therian, you are up. You still have advantage.
Okay. So just in terms of accessible space, the space that's right above me,
Yeah, you
is
can
that
stand
table?
there. Yep.
I can stand there?
Yeah.
And like kind of coming from behind him and
Yep.
same deal. All right.
Yep.
All right. Let's let her rip here. Gonna roll an attack. Let's see what we do. 15.
15 hits.
All right.
You can technically roll again, just if you want the 5% chance to see if you get that crit, because you do have advantage still.
Do it.
It's better, but still no.
Nah.
Still no chicken dinner or whatever we're gonna freaking say. All right, one-handed slashing, 7 damage. All right. Anything else you want to do, or is that it for now?
That is all I can do.
All right. Next up, Raymond.
All right, I'm gonna look at the one that attacked Allie. I'm going to cast. Sorry, I was trying to tweak things. Casting Tasha's hideous laughter, and I have to tell a joke.
I mean, you can tell a joke if you want.
What kind of clothes does a house wear? A dress.
All right, wisdom save.
DC 13 wisdom save.
All right, so let's see. Nope, his saves are straight. Oh, that is a 1. Look at that.
Beautiful.
He technically wouldn't have rolled with advantage there, but hey, look at that. Was sad advantage right there. So it was 2 1s.
He's currently now prone laughing.
Yep. Let's go ahead and mark him as. I don't see us. Let's see a funny one. Is there anything like really fun? Oh, there you go. He's laughing. That's there you go. He's laughing. So there you go. All right. You got anything else you want to do for bonus, or you good for now?
I think I'm gonna crack another healing potion.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn.
Perfect. All right. Beans, you are up.
I want to continue on this one with the. I think I appreciate his pincushion look and want to continue with it.
All right. Perfect. All right. See what you can do. All right. So it looks like you rolled a
20 hits him.
Yeah, that's a straight 20 as well. So that is a crit. So go ahead and you can go ahead and roll maximum damage as well. All right, let's see. So got piercing damage. Let's see. Let's see if I can figure this out. The total absolute damage is going to be what?
It's 17, wouldn't it?
Let's see.
Total damage, total crit.
Yeah. Yep. Let's go with 17 damage. That's what a crit will get you. A whole bunch of friggin' damage. All right. He is not looking very good, but he is still alive. And looking at the turn order, he probably will not survive until his next turn.
Oh,
Come on, Mordecai.
All right, Mordecai, you are up. Unless Beans, you had any other bonus actions, anything you want to do?
If I was Rayprian, I could be throwing a dagger too, but I can't do shoot and dagger. So
Yep, good. All right, Mordecai, what are you doing?
We're going to attempt the guiding bolt again because that was crap.
All right. Oh, that is a hit. 14 does hit. And there you go. That's what a guiding bolt is supposed to do.
Nice.
And that's what it did. No, we're gonna keep him here for just a second. But I should have rolled 2. I can delete this guy because it removed from the turn order. All right, there we go. That was right there. Yeah, there we go. That's where that one goes. Hey, but look, he doesn't really have much of a turn at the moment. So you have taken that one out. Is there anything you want to do before we move on to Morgan's turn? Now that you have guiding bolted him to death.
No.
All right, awesome. So there is a berserker, a very, very, very berserkery looking man, but he doesn't look all that threatening at the moment because he is on the ground, laughing, and basically not technically incapacitated, but he's not doing anything.
I can help with that.
So if you do attack him, since he is prone, I believe it. I'd have to look at the rules on this, but double check. But I'll just say, if you do hit, you will get an auto crit. I believe is. But if you do that, he will stop laughing because that's not funny anymore. Yeah, as soon as you damage him, he will stop laughing. But or you can, dance around in a circle and wait for him. It's up to you.
I can cast my bonus action first, right?
Yeah, technically you can. If you would like to use your bonus action first by taking a potion or something.
I use my second wind, which is a short rest thing, so I'm going to click that too.
Yep, there you go. So that is 11.
That gives me 11 health back, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're second win, almost back to full.
And then we'll attack with my main hand battle axe while he's down on the ground.
All right, sounds good. Yep.
With a natural 20.
Yeah, you didn't need the natural 20, but there you go. It's all yours. Crit away. Yes.
Wait, do I roll twice because it's crit?
Yep, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll damage twice. So that's going to be, so you got 10 damage, and then we're going to do, let's see. Since it's double dice, it's going to be actually 13 damage on the crit. You don't actually get to double your modifier, but you do get to double the dice. He's going to take 13 total damage. There you go. So he's no longer laughing, but he is still prone until his turn. Sadly, though, his turn is next. Oh, yeah. Oh, Libby's back. Hey, doing, Libby? All right. So is there anything else you wanted to do? Did you want to move or anything like that? Or are you good standing right there?
I will go ahead and stand right here.
All right. Perfect. All right. So it is turn. He's going to go ahead and stand up. So he's no longer doing that. He's quite angry. He's angry. He's an angry guy. So he's going to do the recklessness thing again and attack with advantage. And that is going to be 5 slashing damage to you. That is the disadvantage of rolling a d12. Is it can do a lot of damage like the 15, but it's got that low end too. So only 5 damage to you. And that is going to be his turn. Therian, you're up, and you have advantage on said berserker who just berserked his zerker.
I'm gonna rush him and punish him for spelling his name wrong.
The monster manual spelled his name wrong, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe I spelled it wrong, but I don't know. Let's see here. No, I'm gonna make room for people, so we'll go here. I'll block the doorway. I know this is gonna be stupid, but I didn't get here by being smart. Let's do this deal here. Bang. Fuck.
All right, what'd you do? Let me see here. You have advantage. Go ahead and roll again. You have advantage. Do it. Yeah, there you go. That hits.
Woo! Oh, that was embarrassing. All right, let's hit this.
Ooh, look at good damage. 13. Look at that. Minus 13 hit points. He is still up. Anything you would like to do, or are you okay for the moment?
Damn it. No, that's it.
All right. Sounds good. Raymond, you're up.
All right, I will go ahead and attack him with the rapier.
All right. Got advantage. He is a reckless dude, so you can poke a pokey. 16 will hit. 7 piercing damage. 7. All right. Anything else? We moving on to Beans.
Good old Bean.
Beans it is. Taking a pop shot.
Lint.
Shot. Pop. I don't know. Shot. Is it a T or a P at the end? I don't know. I'm confusing myself.
Whatever you like.
He's shooting him with a crossbow. That's what's happening.
Yep. Nope.
Let's see. You rolled an 8, and you have, what is it? Plus, as long as you have a +5, do you have a +5 to hit? Or is it +4?
I do, but that's not.
Yeah, what's showing up for me is that you rolled an 8 on the die. So what's your plus? If it's +5, that's a 13. It's a hit.
Why did it break again?
I don't know.
It is +5.
Yeah. So that's 13. That'll hit.
Why is the other lower, greater, less than, equals to 1? I don't.
I don't know what's going on with that.
I may need to refresh my browser as well. Sometimes that was the reason that I moved my Twitch off to my tablet, was because when I did that last game, my browser didn't have any issues. Well, anyway, I'm going to take my hit and shoot him, do damage.
All right. Damage. Where am I looking? Looking at the wrong
15?
tab. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's a total of 11 damage, right?
Correct. If there's You should get his sneak attack. I should get my sneak attack though, don't I?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So 15 total damage.
15. All right. Minus 15. Oh, freaking buzzsaw over here with a crazy amount of damage. Look at that.
As long as everybody else surrounds them, yeah.
Well, and also, what are you doing up here?
Oh,
This
nice
is what she
noise.
does.
That sounded calamitous.
Actually,
Oh,
it would have been
Libby.
it would have been way worse if it was this box.
Oh,
It was the one that only had 4 dice in it, so it's not that big of a deal. Sounded calamitous, but it wasn't. All right, so Mordecai, you're up. Oh, Mordecai, go back up the top. Clicked it twice on that.
I am going to point at him and cast Sacred Flame.
Like a flame. What we got? Wisdom, charisma, dex. What are we doing?
Hold on, I'm clicking on everything wrong.
What? Those aren't your dice, they're my dice.
She wants to attack.
It's a dex save of 13.
All right, dex save. Oh. No, we're just going to roll that again. He does not have advantage on that. There you go, he failed.
Hey, 2 points of damage. That's
2
pretty-
points of damage. Cantrips, man. Sometimes they don't do a lot of damage. All right. Morgan, you're up.
X time.
Next time. You have advantage. Roll again.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Not much better.
Ooh, no, that is going to be a miss. So go ahead. And did you want to do a bonus action attack?
I'm going to glare at that axe and then use my offhand instead,
All right.
which for some reason is much better.
All right, go ahead and roll one more time. Just see if you get a crit, just in case. Just in case. Nope. All right, go ahead and roll damage.
It.
8 damage, yeah. Minus 8. Oh, this guy is not looking too good. All right. However, he's going to see if he can take someone out. Let's see. I'm going to roll. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Roll. Therian, he's going to take a swing at you. All right. Once again, he's going reckless style. 6 damage to you there, Therian. 6 damage. And that is going to be his turn. And it is now your turn.
All right. I look at him. They're taking that 6 damage. You made me bleed my own blood. And then I will roll a 9.
Well, you still have advantage, so
Thank God. Yeah.
there you go. There you go. Advantage, man. Advantage is great. All right.
And now you will taste your own blood.
Yes, you will, because it's 9 damage is enough to take him out. There you go. You have cleared the first 2-ish rooms, technically. So there you go. Well fought. You've taken out the first 3 enemies. What would you like to do next? As you can see into the next room, it's kind of like where the makeshift, prison that Melody was talking about is in the next room, as well as a little bit of a storage locker. And the room that you were in, before you move on, you do notice that the armor that the first person that you fought is full plate armor. So if anyone wanted to pilfer that, you feel free. That is 18. That is 18 AC instead of the 17. So there you go. On the berserkers, though, you don't notice anything. They just have big axes and damn near a loincloth. I mean, they're just crazy people. Yeah, and on the table where the knight was sitting and scrawling some correspondence, he was actually just going over some of the information that Jonathan Graves had given him, and he was just kind of poring over it and trying to figure out kind of what their next attack was. And from what you can tell of what he was writing down, as he was trying to recruit additional men to man this castle, because they're a little understaffed at this moment. A little understaffed. All right.
Morgan, do you want that armor?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
It feels. I mean, if no one else wants it, I mean, because that'd be a little bit better. Feels
yeah.
weird after just spending that gold, but
if it's
wasn't
good
my
for
gold,
you,
so
yeah, if it's good for you, take it, because I
You're
just
already
got
at
mine. I've got 19. Like
Yeah.
I'm okay. So if you
And
need it, take it.
no one else wants heavy armor, I'm assuming.
I mean, I can wear it, but I
Can't.
wouldn't be able to fly. So
He can't fly. So
I can't wear it.
Okay, I'll
I
I'll
can wear
take
the helmet.
I was gonna
and
say,
I'm already touching the ground with you filthy ground dwellers enough. So
Speaking of filthy, I'm gonna snap my fingers and cast prestidigitation and clean all the muck off and all the blood off everything. And
yeah, there you
get
go.
us all
Raymond is
cleaned
looking
up.
nice and pristine again. It's great. It's a great cantrip. One of my favorites.
You can do 1,000 things with it.
There you go. All right. So
So is it just plate armor?
yeah, it's plate armor. It's the I think full plate, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, it's plate armor. It is 18 DC or 18 AC flat. It's the one armor that was out of your price range because it is normally 1,500 gold to purchase.
All right, well, got that now.
Yeah. All right. Oh, let me go ahead and update this too.
What's your
Yeah.
AC now, Morgan?
18.
Yeah. With
I'm gonna wipe off some of the blood as I start putting it on.
heavy armor, you don't get any dex modifiers, so it's gonna be 18 is as good as it gets with mundane armor, and then you can get to 20 with the shield, and then beyond that, you're just gonna have to start tacking on magic stuff. Right. Now, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna take a look around in this room and see if there's anything else.
All right, go ahead and give
Yeah,
me an
something great.
investigation check. Both of you can, whoever's doing. Oh, look at that, 18. So with an 18, you do find some, like I said, the correspondence and things like that that we already discussed. And you don't notice anything else out of the ordinary, but in those crates and things like that, there seem to be just some mundane weapons and kind of like armaments that they had kind of shipped into here to kind of arm those that would eventually be, hopefully taking up arms and guarding this castle, and then eventually, so just like I said, mundane stuff in here, nothing too interesting. And those two chests are actually filled with clothing, basically uniforms that they would be handing out. So,
All right, fair
boring, I know, but that's what it is. It's the first room. Come on, what did you expect? Gave you plenty.
Vast treasure.
Peeking around this
Why
corner to
don't
make
we-
sure there wasn't going to be somebody coming around the corner.
Why don't we put the uniforms on?
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So
Okay.
for you beings, there was no one else in this room. You can tell that it is completely open. It was just the two wild men. You want to call it that were in there?
Savages.
Savages, yes. They were the ones that were in there, and you don't see anything else in there. And up in here, you don't notice anything else. The cage is empty. There doesn't seem to be anything other than just like you kind of see on the table there. The kind of mundane axe and some kind of like with that little hooky thing, a knife and a hammer, just like kind of basic torture implements and things along those lines.
You know what? I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna gather and move the crates and the chests up and put them in the exit to the secret passage. Because if we found it from the outside and there was a dude in this room, he's going to know, or they're going to know about the way out. So.
Okay. All right. So,
You're blocking our way to exit.
well, it's not his way. He can fly.
Not really. Well, actually, you bring that up. That's a good point. I just
If
don't
we
want
need
us
to
to be
leave
flanked from
quick-
behind.
Yeah. I could set up some tripwires or something along that to let us know somebody was coming with all of this random pieces of metal and axes and stuff like that, potentially to let us know somebody was sneaking up behind us and we go too far. But once we're so far that we can't hear that, we wouldn't be able to hear if they were just moving the crates and stuff from that side either.
The trap behind us later on probably is going to be a good move. If anything, we can maybe use the keg of explosives with the trap too. What are their uniforms like? Are they just like cloaks on top of like what they're already wearing, or what?
It appears to just be standard tabards, nothing too fancy or anything along those lines.
Was the knight wearing one?
The knight was not wearing one. Neither were the berserkers. No one seemed to be wearing those. At least none that you've seen so far out of the 3 enemies you fought.
From my experience, if you act like you belong somewhere, people don't usually look at you. So maybe we should put the tabards on and act like we own the place.
Do I look like I belong?
I don't know who they hired.
We could pretend you're a prisoner or something.
Yeah, you'll play the role of Chewbacca in this situation.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not going to go along with that plan.
All right. So, you do see to the north there is another entrance doorway at the end of the hallway.
I do think we should take the tabards, one each, just in case. It's not a bad idea, but I'm probably going to stand out.
I mean, if you're wearing it, it's going to make them think twice at least.
I'll throw it on.
Yeah, I'll do that.
At the very least,
I mean, I'm already wearing the plate armor. I might as well put that on too.
At the very least, it'll be a nice smock to to soak up all the blood.
There we go.
Right.
All right, I'll put a tabard on. It probably fits very awkwardly over my wings.
I'll do the same.
I'm not adding a dress.
I'm not picturing a halfling with this tabard that just kind of flows beneath. All right. So, what would you like to do with in the next room?
So I was going up to the edge to peek.
Yep.
And listen.
Yeah, give me a stealth check. See if anyone's going to notice.
Nobody cares about me.
Okay. As you peek around the corner, you do see a guard standing there. Doesn't seem to be all that interested in what's going on. There was obviously a lot of noise going on at the hallway, but I don't know. They don't seem to pay that much attention to whatever the crazy savages that were doing at the end of the hallway. They're just like, something's going on down there. Cheers.
You say they, but I see one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do say they, but you can assume that there's probably more, but that is the only one that you can see from that vantage point.
So I look back at the team and eyes, one, outdoor left.
Yep. And actually from that vantage point, and you are being pretty stealthy, let's say, you could also see that.
Can I make out what these are? Are those just columns?
Those are just columns. Those columns. Okay. And then statues next to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're Corinthian columns.
Okay. So I modify to 2 fingers. And trudge, like, next.
Am I able to pick up the axe that barbarian was wearing? Using?
Yeah, it's a rather large axe, but yeah, you could pick it up. I mean, it's
I'm gonna shift it. I'm gonna shift into the barbarian and hold one of those axes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk out there.
All right. All right. So you are currently looking like a barbarian. You're kind of like carrying / dragging one of the axes. Go ahead and reveal what you see. There we go. And that is what you see.
I'm gonna make like a big yawn, like I'm bored, tired.
Yeah, they actually look over and then they shrug a little bit. I don't really know. They're just like, yeah, it's that guy. They don't really seem to care. Beans, give me another stealth check. If that is where you plan on standing, or did you want to back away from the door?
Back away from the door.
Okay. Yeah. So they do notice where you are. This is actually a well-lit room, so you can actually see even further down the hall. But as of right now, based on how you look, no one has said or done anything.
I'm gonna walk up to this guy and I'm gonna be like, I don't remember when they're gonna give us some food. I'm kind of hungry, and so are the other guys. Any idea of when we can actually get some extra food down here?
He kind of looks over at you and he's like, oh, yeah, you just got to go to the mess hall in about what? And he kind of looks around and he's like, shit, I never know what time it is down here. I think it's in another hour or two. And then he kind of looks, he's like, wait. And he kind of looks over at this guy. He's like, what time is it? He's like, we already had dinner, man. Like, we're on the night shift. He's like, oh, shit. Oh, yeah. We're going to have to wait till breakfast, dude. That's like, sorry. You could probably hit up the kitchen, see if there's anyone's working there. See if there's any extras or leftovers. Like, yep. It's all they wrote.
All right, I'll just get back in there. Like, we're really hungry. High protein diets and everything.
He's like, yeah, I get that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can find a protein shake in the kitchen or something later. I don't know. All right. So, where?
I go to them. There's 4 of. See at least 4 doors. And 5 people guarding.
Okay.
Was there a door at the top of this?
Yeah.
Or is that an open?
Yeah, from that vantage point, he would have been able to see that. So he would have seen this. Yeah, he wouldn't have seen that much for a while standing there. This much. Yeah, it's actually a stairway. It's open, well lit.
I will say it was a stairway then instead. It doesn't look like there's any. Didn't look like there was anything from the left or the right though. I think what we need to go is straight, but there's 5 of them.
What is it? Are they brand new hired thugs? Are they sharply armored people? What are we doing? I mean, I saw the one. I have a general idea, but you saw them all.
I mean, Jen, do I need a perception check for that?
Yeah, you would have noticed that they were really kind of mundane guards. They were standing around. They were all holding a spear. So by your guess, they would have been, you know, the kind of the mundane, kind of boring guards that Melody had mentioned. That they were kind of like the new hires almost.
Might be able to persuade them that we had Mordecai down here as a prisoner and maybe we'll go up.
I don't think I fit that plan.
Well, you are kind of sneaky.
That's very bright out there.
That's true.
Do you want to go around and put out all the little lights? Yeah.
It'd be interesting. The barbarian is now just putting out the torches. Too bright. Time for sleep.
I mean, do you want to? I mean, I guess I could make a distraction as one of the barbarians, and we could just take them out.
We could try to pull him in here, clog up the doorway, so only one can get in at a time.
I was going to suggest maybe try to lure him in here.
My only concern is that somebody would go up the stairs to get reinforcements, therefore making it very difficult. I mean, it's difficult, but not necessarily very difficult yet. Is there any more of that sleep fingerly thing that you can do to cut down some odds?
They're kind of spread out.
I mean, even one at a time, taking out or slowing them down. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I could get one or two or so closer by like stepping out and performing or doing other things that they're like, what the heck? But hey,
Go out there, offer some coffee.
You want to? Well, I guess we could try luring one of them in here real quick. The odds down. I don't know. Or just Chippy Chop. Worked for Morgan last time.
Well, the key would to make sure that we are between this exit, right? Oh, why did it not do what I wanted to do? This. So we don't want any of them going this direction. So however that happens,
Okay.
whether it means once the fight starts, we go to this side.
Or at least a couple of us.
Taking on five at once is a tall
It
group.
It's nasty. That's why if we lure one in, sleep another, and get down to that 5-on-3.
Yeah, I like those odds.
That's kind of my thought.
All right. You guys tuck into this little thing real quick, and I'm going to say that the other barbarian, we got in a fight, and I need to check to see if he's alive or not, and my fingers are too dumb to figure it out.
Basically, come in here and check. Right. Got it.
Right.
Give me a minute.
Good.
I'm going to act like I'm kind of in a hurry while I run up to him.
Okay. So you run over to him. And what do you say?
We got in a little tussle in there, and we were a little drunk, and I can't tell if he's breathing or not, and I can't really feel with my fingers. I don't know. I got hit in the head a little too much. I'm a little drunk too. Could you go help me, please?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So he's well. Before we go ahead and let's just give me a persuasion check with advantage, because I'm almost guaranteeing he's going to follow.
Ooh,
Right.
10.
10. Let's see.
It's low for me.
That is low. Second here.
Way to go! You got the voice wrong.
I know.
Let me check real fast what his stats are. Check. Mm-hmm. Right. Gonna roll straight to do 20. All right, so with that, he looks at you and just goes, "Can't you just, like, I don't care, man. Just can't you just take care of it? Like, I don't give a crap if he's dead or not. Like, what do you want me to do? Call the doc?"
I just need somebody to check to see if he's breathing.
All right, so he seems to be very uninterested, and he just kind of like, I mean, give me one more persuasion check. See if you can. You just got to beat that 11. All right.
He's a
So
15.
yeah, with your second attempt of, I just want to see if he's breathing. He's like, oh, fine, let me go see. So he walks in here, and then roll initiative. He's gonna see the rest of you kind of like, hey.
Surprise.
Well, all right, Therian with the I'm gonna murderate you. And is that everybody? That looks like everybody. All right, Therian, do the needful and take out this poor sap who is gonna have a bad morning.
Yeah, I'll jump out. Surprise, motherfucker! Then I'll jump over here. Take a swing at him. Let's see here.
What do we got?
Bang.
All right.
Let's see if it does something.
That hits. That hits.
All right.
Right.
And let that damage.
All right. Good game, guys. So you jump out, surprise, motherfucker! And swing, and he's taken out.
I sure shit surprised him.
All right, but with
That's
that
awesome.
and the fact that he just kind of yelled out and screamed, these other guards are gonna start making their way. They definitely notice. Here, and keep him alive. What was his role?
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
Yeah. So 4 of them. Go ahead. Roll. And set them at 14. They will move at that point. Yeah. There we go. All right. That was Therian's turn. Did you want to move anymore? Because you just popped out and jumped out. I don't know how much movement you have left, but
Let's see. I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can go up one more space, so I'll go there.
okay. All right, Mordecai, you hear the guards kind of at your turn when Therian surprises the mother f out of him. One of them actually just yells, "What the hell's going on back there?" And he's just like, "Yeah." So you can tell that they're coming. You do know that guards will be making a move on their turn.
I look at Morgan and go, "Are you still bleeding? Are you all better?"
It's just a scratch. It's okay.
She's down 6, but
Okay.
I am going to unsling my crossbow from across my back and take up a position right here, aiming at the door.
Okay. Hold your action. Or ready in action, technically.
Yeah. Ready in action. So the first guard that runs through there, I'm going to unleash a crossbow bolt at him.
All right, well, get ready, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When he gets there, go ahead and take your shot.
If it was straight. See it.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's definitely a hit. Well, that one is going to go, ah! Wilhelm scream. He's still alive, though. Still alive. But he's not happy about that. He's not happy about that. All right. And the others are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they're going to downgrade their action to a move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not that one. That one. He goes there. 1, 2, 5, 6. 1. Yeah, he can't really get in there, so he's just kind of, they're all rushing in. They're like, "Ah, get in here, get in here!" All right, that's good enough. All right, that's their turn. Beans, you're up.
Who has the sleep spell?
That was Raymond.
The one with fireball too.
Let's get ready to rumble. Unfortunately, not advantage this time.
Nope, no advantage this time. Not yet.
And not sneaky either. So just plain old bolt. But that still works out.
Let me see here.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah. Even with your crazy crazy rolls, I see that as a natural 20 because it's +5. So yeah, that's a crit. That's a crit. Were you aiming at the one at the front or the one in the kind of
The fresh one that was
Okay.
in front? Yes.
All right.
I wasn't going to try to shoot between.
Go ahead and roll critical damage. Yeah. I was expecting these fights, at least these early fights, to be a little tougher, but rolls
How
have
about
been on
20
fire
damage?
tonight. There you go. Boom. Taking another guard out. Oh, there you go. And he's like, "Oh man, there's murder central up in here. There's murder hobos are down here or something. I don't know what's going on." All right. Do you have a bonus action, anything like that, Beans, that you want to do? Or are we going to move on to Morgan?
I am going to go ahead and move behind Therion and give room for people to leave the room should they choose.
Perfect. Morgan, you are up. Yep. And
Okay.
You can get there. You can definitely get there.
Oh, I sure can. I might regret this. I might not. I don't know. But I'm gonna just basically run out there, and like as I get there, like I can actually move. As I get there, take a swing.
Yeah, that feels very Morgan-esque.
Yeah. You got that plate armor. You're
Why
unstoppable.
is it?
Feel the ride.
Yeah.
There we go.
You got to do the same thing that I had it in the reveal hide mode, and that's why I was like, "What's going on with my stuff? Nothing's happening."
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a miss. Go ahead and give me another roll if you would like to do an offhand attack.
Yep.
All right.
See, I can't put these dice in jail because they're digital. It doesn't work.
That'll hit.
There you go.
You just gotta scream chippy chop.
Apparently.
All right,
Damn.
and since you do
Okay.
not get your bonus on your offhand attack, you will have to roll it to see if you do technically kill him. Just enough. Boom. There you go. All right, so you took out that one, and you got two more that you see coming along. So Raymond, it is your turn. Oh, unless you wanted to move a little bit more, Morgan.
I'm gonna actually take a step back to there.
Oh, well, if you do that, he's going to take an attack of opportunity against
Swing
you.
of opportunity. You can't leave.
mean, you can.
Just kidding. I'm going to stay right there and make a face at him.
I was going to say, it is a valid move to do that, but they will take an attack of opportunity against you.
It's fine. Stay right here.
All right, perfect. Raymond, what are you doing?
I'm going to step out there, and I'm going to turn into my changeling form, and I'm just going to go. All right. I see you got two options. You can either stand here and die, or you could stop attacking us and leave us the fuck alone.
All right,
I'm going to use a persuasion check.
Give me an intimidation check.
15.
Let's go ahead and see. I'm just going to do an opposed. Give me a morale check. Yeah, so this guy, he just watched. He kind of like, he heard a sudden, ah! And then a crossbow bolt go, another Wilhelm scream. Basically, 3 of his friends die in about the span of 12 seconds, roughly. He kind of looks back and he actually kind of starts backing away. Like, well, it's not technically his turn yet, but he's like, you're not supposed to be here.
I get that a lot.
Drop your spear.
So please drop your weapons if you are going to comply. If you're not, then just stand there and die for all I care.
Okay, let's go ahead and see if the other one is to hold it. All right. These two actually are both basically scared. Like very scared because, your dice rolls are on fire tonight, clearly. So they both drop their spears, and on their turn, they will start running for it.
I do suggest.
Yeah, that's bad.
I do
need to put
suggest
him
you
in this
stay in
cage.
this. Yeah, I do suggest you stay in this room because if you do flee, we are going to stab you in the back with axes.
Okay. Yeah, just don't kill us.
Let's go in one of these rooms and we'll lock you in there.
Okay. Yeah, you do see the keys in that little cage room, so you could a little makeshift prison that is currently
Lock 'em up.
unoccupied.
Lock them up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, they agree to not die, and they are like, please, don't kill us.
Wise choice.
All right. So you have 2 prisoners that are agreed to not die, especially because they saw their friends seriously just be mutilated super fast. Well, that is actually where we're going to leave it tonight, because we are a little bit past time. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. And anyway, we will pick it up right here next time, right here in the middle of Jonathan Graves' castle.
Ooh.
And so you can continue clearing out my dungeon of horrors. No, it's a bunch of guards like that. Sweet. So yeah, there we go. Thanks everybody for hanging out. This was a ton of fun. I'm very much looking forward to next time. So yeah, and just follow me on Twitter or wherever if you want to see when the heck we're gonna play next. Sometime next month, or I don't know, maybe the very end of this month. We'll see. Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks everybody. This was so much fun. This was awesome. So
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
yeah, and
Yep.
there was combat this time. Did you see that? Oh my gosh, it was combat.
Yeah, there was.
Not just
We didn't ask for the combat.
Well, I mean, I forced it on you. That's what happens sometimes.
Darn.
Combat. There's 2 people over there that were like, "Why no combat?" People talking. Anyway, thanks everybody.
We could have all sat around and drank coffee. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true.
True.
All right, have a great time, everybody. Bye.